Hello, 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 and welcome to a very special episode of Q&A Thursday here at the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. I've got some different folks sitting to my side here. It's not the usual, hey, guy on my right, hey, guy on my left. Today they're both to my left on, this is my left, but you're over there. Anyway, you are on my left on the screen. Top box, we've got Jamie the Cleaner. If you're not familiar, you should get familiar. He's got a great channel and a great podcast called The Cleaner Cast that I'm sure you're probably already familiar with if you're in the TRC orbit, but just in case you're not, you can always check it out.
That's right.
And, of course, below, but certainly not below, Jamie, we've got Alex Dewar. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Detailing enthusiast extraordinaire and maker of some great videos I've seen coming out on your channel recently. Although your channel, Bucky VW, is your handle, so it's a little different. People may not know to look for it, so I linked it just in case people were, looking.
Awesome. Yeah, he's been pumping out the content. Has the Canadian cohort.
I've been doing my best. I strive to be everyone's favorite Canadian. So
that's right.
My goal in life.
He does a darn good job at it. Yep.
So
certainly
on
mine.
That note, I mean, Alex, you're way up there. I have some Canadian family, so unfortunately I can't place you above them. That wouldn't be fair. But at the same time, you're way up there. Just know that.
Appreciate that. No.
Obviously, being a Q&A Thursday, we do have a number of questions to answer today. They're pouring in, but of course, as we talk and answer some things, more people have their memories jogged, and they'll think of other questions to ask. But without my usual detailing experts to my sides, I'm relying on you guys to be my detailing experts today because, frankly, most of what I know about detailing I picked up through osmosis. I happen to feel like I know a fairly great amount now, but at the same time, real-world experience and all that, I'm sure most people got me beat there, and I make no claims to that throne. So that's okay. I'm going to rely particularly on you guys.
The right team for the job. So,
I think so.
Talk to the experts of the industry on a weekly basis. So I think we learned a little bit, Dewar, don't you think?
I think we're good.
A little bit. Yeah.
So
we've got some knowledge.
Normally at this part in the show, we're kind of doing our little building up the audience, small chat, that kind of thing. But actually, I wanted to take an opportunity just in case people don't know you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, just like a brief bio and how it's relevant to detailing, and then kind of what your experience level is, and maybe just like a product or two you're trying right now that you're enjoying. Just something to throw out there to get people kind of up to speed with what you're into. Starting with Jamie.
All righty. Well, I'm Jamie the Cleaner. I am all the way in the deep south of the real deep south of Louisiana.
As you do.
If you haven't tuned into the Cleaner Cast, we run a weekly podcast with my Canadian cohort down there, Mr. Alex Dewar. We talk to all kind of people of the detailing industry, and I was a weekend guy for quite a while, and then I got an opportunity from a great company known as the Rag Company to be a grand ambassador of sorts. And I said, well, what is this opportunity going to spark up? And since then, I've learned a heck of a lot. I've kind of jumped straight into the industry somehow and been accepted with open arms. And I opened my own little business here in my garage here in the swamps of Louisiana, Jamie the Cleaner LLC. I've been going for 2 years now and having a good time and still, having a good time with that stuff. But recently, I have been the newest grand ambassador of the year. Finally, took me 5 years to finally win the dang thing.
I felt like I should bring that up.
Yeah. But we're just doing the dang thing. Dewar, take it from here. What the heck you got going on?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Alex Dewar, Bucky VW on the social media platforms, and I, like Jamie I am a detailing enthusiast, weekend guy. Up in Canada, we have a very finite window of time to be able to detail outdoors, and a product that's been a favorite of mine has been Absolute. Love it or hate it, I absolutely love it with what I'm doing. I actually used it today on a wash because it's a product that I just love and it works so good. But again, with detailing being a side gig outside of my day job, it's a nice release, and I've been able to meet so many great people. And like Jamie mentioned, a lot of this really kickstarted with the relationships developed with the Rag Company. Was a grand ambassador back in 2021 with a phenomenal group of people, and was fortunate enough to take the crown then. And it's one of those things that you just develop so many great relationships with companies, and they're so humble. And I just can't thank everyone enough. And been watching this podcast since day one, and now I'm on it. Who knew? So small world. I never knew this day would come, but the timing worked out right for joining us today. So it worked out well. So thanks.
Alex is proof that a lurker can become the subject of the lurking.
Yeah,
so there you
that's
go.
Right.
That's a little bit of a mission from A to B for you. Apart from this, I was going to mention there's a little something. I mean, obviously you're hanging out here for the Q&A, which is great, but it's a little bit of a dry run before we get into something, say like at the beginning of April. You know what it is. But if you're tuning in and you have no idea what I'm referring to, now's the time. I'm going to say it, and you're going to hear it a lot from here until the beginning of April when it actually happens. TRCMA, or TRCMA, as I deliberately coined it. But the Rag Company Media Access Show, that is a big, like a live trade show, but it's more than that. It's like live demos and stuff, but it's integrated with the audience. They can ask questions in real time. You can do a whole lot that you don't normally get of experience. Like there's some other like trade show type videos out there, but they're like pre-recorded, so it's not an interactive experience. And they're awesome. I've seen them. They're great. Production value is insane, but it's so freaking hard to do a live show. And we have built the studio out inside and out to be just the place to go if you want to do this stuff live. It is an extreme challenge, and every year brings its tests, certainly. But I do want to say, if you're not familiar, get familiar. Check out some of the past shows we've done. Last year, we gave you guys a chance to be our halftime show, and this year, you guys are going to bring the heat again. I'm looking forward to it.
We're coming back.
Maybe
bigger,
you
better, better.
Maybe a little teaser as to what we could expect to be seeing from you guys during the halftime show. Just maybe a little taste or something. Are you thinking about it, or are you working on it right now?
No, we're working on it, Dane. Kind of somehow give us full creative control of this, so it's fun lining up who we may bring in. I think we're so trusting. On a couple more guests. What we learned last year was on the last Thursday of the show, we brought in Sydney for what we call arts and crafts, and it turned into a really good segment. So we're bringing more arts and crafts. We're bringing on more guests. Good. We're going to keep you entertained for an hour straight, and we're going to bring the heat.
You guys know how to do it, so I'm looking forward to it. But I just want to throw that out there as a little taste for people who aren't familiar. You should really go check out some past episodes of the show. They're right there in their own playlist. But don't leave this, though. Watch them afterwards, when
That's
you
right.
got a chance.
That's right.
Anyway.
It's certainly binge-worthy over dinner time, for sure. If you're bored and need something
dinner
to do.
time for like a week, because it is a week's worth of lives, and it is long. But
it's a lot of content.
Great stuff hidden in there. So anybody who's wondering, you should really go check it out. Now that I've talked enough and you guys have kind of introduced yourselves to the audience, let's get those questions started up. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. I've got Dino starting us off here saying, "What's up, boys and girls? Been really busy for the last 2 months. Just don't have time to watch live, so I'll rewatch it on the weekend." Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate that. I wish you all an awesome weekend. So that goes for both of you, too. All right. Thank you, Dino. And next up, of course, I've got our favorite Pfeiffer, our guy. Right. He's the guy who starts off every Q&A with a good afternoon and word up from my garage in sunny and warm Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit and the pressure washer is fired up. Feels great to be detailing in February. Well,
I hope Dan's fired up too.
It was a little wild. Yesterday was incredibly windy here. I don't know what it was like for you guys. It was about 60 degrees Fahrenheit here, which was unexpected considering we had just experienced sub-zero or borderline zero temperatures just a couple weeks prior. But the shifts are getting kind of wild out there. Up in Canada, has it been pretty just cold the whole time and no fun at all, or has there been some wavering going on?
It's been an absolute roller coaster of weather. A few weeks ago, we had some extreme sub-zeros where I didn't even want to go outside. But now today it was a balmy 14 degrees Celsius, so 56 degrees Fahrenheit. I got that ready for our Imperial friends.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was, and like, I don't mind the cold, and the snow. We had a bunch of snow, and it's all melted because we get some pretty severe freeze thaw cycles. But it's been a lot of fun. But a lot of people suffer from like headaches and that kind of thing from those drastic changes. So luckily, I don't have to deal with that. But I thoroughly enjoy the sunshine and embrace any minute of it I can.
Well, this is why I like having the pair of you here, because your experiences are so different in terms of your detailing climates.
Polar opposite.
Jamie isn't even remotely in the same league. You're hearing these temperatures and thinking, yeah, that's the low. What about the high? Oh,
yeah.
Man. Well,
Definitely.
anyway.
It's warmed up this week. I've been sweating it out. I had a really rainy week the week before. Slowed me down a lot, but now I've been back to it this week.
Oh, man. Whoa, here's a good question for you guys. Dan Pfeiffer follows up with an actual question saying, last week we talked about Superfoam versus reactivation shampoo. How does Radiance fit in and compare? I know you've got some experience there, so I'd like to hear your good take, both of you guys.
Yes, 3 very different soaps. Dewar, you tried out these 3 soaps yet?
I haven't tried either of them, actually, so got to get my hands on those. But I know you've had a video with all of them.
Where's Owen at? Yep. Yes.
And
these are 3 soaps that are just great. Super Foam, is that great first step. Foaming on, it attacks that trigger word, that traffic film, as some say. Rinse that off the car. It does a great job there.
Yeah.
Then reactivation foam attacks a totally different substance, the minerals that have been built up on the coating or on your just paint. Does a great job attacking the water spots and that kind of deal. Can really rejuvenate a coating if that coating can hang around after experiencing that. That's pretty powerful soap. Both of them are pretty powerful, opposite ends of the pH scale. And then there's Radiance, which is kind of Dave Phillips did a great job of kind of reinventing the wash and wax, making it kind of modern with some new polymer technology in it. So I almost feel like that's like a drying aid soap. It does a great job of cleaning. If you foam it on, it has some really good cling. And this is almost kind of a 3-step wash system. If you combine all 3, you get the traffic film, you get the minerals, and then you come in with Radiance, which is a really great bucket wash. Got all that slickness you apply to the paint, and then you'll be left with those polymers that'll help you out when you dry the vehicle and add a little bit of protection back. So they're all 3 different soaps.
With Radiance, do you feel it could work as a pretty good drying aid in that point? If it's got slickness and everything, it works pretty nice for that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very you come in with the drying towel, it's almost like you applied some bead maker there, give you that slickness. Okay. It leaves the surface real slick. It's real nice.
And what's the expected time frame for protection on that? I know it varies for everybody, but there's usually going to be people who ask, so I might as well ask for them.
Mm-hmm.
After applying it, or
for Radiance.
like a coating?
For just on its own, just Radiance.
To put it in like bead maker over it?
Well, I mean, no, like time frame, so when the protection from Radiance wears off.
Oh, no, it's very short term. I'd say it's just
what I was
like
at.
drying slickness polymers. Yeah, it's not going to last probably a week. Definitely not until the next wash, Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not some substantial protection. It's just kind of definitely a soap you could give to any client, and they can go have some fun with it in their driveway. Have a real slick, wash mitt, and it's going to give them kind of that safety net when they're washing the vehicle.
And I think Radiance is more of an experience.
Yes, like they market it as kind of a luxury wash, where the other 2 soaps you're not going to give to like clients. You don't want them spraying reactivation soap on their vehicle.
Superfoam those belongs in the hands. Actifoam and Superfoam in particular belong in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing, because if
those are more professional soaps. Radiance you can give to any neighbor, you can give to whoever, and they're going to have a good time with it.
Safe.
And also, kind of a shameless plug with Superfoam is go back a couple of TRCMAs. They did a foaming demo with it, and it was top notch. They had a soap in every foam can, and I mean that's the way to do it.
Went a little crazy.
Superfoam don't play around.
Yeah.
So I got Fred here saying, "Hey everyone, thank you, Fred.
What's up, Fred?
Here,
the glove box. Good team over there.
I always pronounce him Freddy Shaker Sandwich, but I know it's not his last name.
And I got everybody saying, "Hey here." We got Serrano's Mobile popping in.
Serrano's Mobile Detail.
Nice to see Serrano's
Is this week's is this week's guest on the Cleaner Cast. So tune in tomorrow.
Okay.
We're going to talk to Mr. Carlos Serrano.
And that happens at 5 p.m. my time, if I'm not mistaken, Mountain Time here. So, no,
that's
it's
right. 5-6 Mountain, 6 to 7 Central. Tune in.
Nice. We got it. And then, wait a second. I've got Jamie here commenting, but he's clearly here, saying he doesn't know what to do with his hands.
That's him. Doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah, and then we got Alex saying, that's me.
That's me.
Hey.
Hey, we're just making sure this thing's on, right?
Yeah.
So
we just got to make sure our comments are coming through loud and clear. That's all.
Just making sure. David Cervantes, what's up,
David
guys?
Cervantes.
Hello,
what's
sir.
going on, buddy?
And
a long-time listener.
Simon Birch. I know it looks like it says Bach, but it's Birch.
Birch in the house.
Happy Friday Eve.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
And so Serranos is asking what time it is over there for you, Jamie.
It's 3:16. Time to, you know what that means.
It's Q&A time, baby.
Serranos just making sure he doesn't miss his scheduled appointment. So I appreciate somebody making sure they're punctual.
We're in the same time zone, buddy.
I'm bad at that. All right.
Yep.
We've got Brian here saying, "Hey guys, hey Brian, nice to see you."
What's up, Brian?
I love Brian's thumbnail.
It is a classic. I'm in that thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't see me under all the burning foam. The
Dane,
itchy
I think someone's got to get foamed at TRCMA this year. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Levi's the only one of us who has it. That's what I'm saying. So,
Levi
Brian,
and Dewar are in for it, I think.
Question.
I am 100% invested.
Okay.
No,
I'm trusting you guys to somehow make it happen.
That's right.
Mid show is going to be hot.
Ooh, okay. He's going to stay far, far away, I can tell. Brian says, what is the absolute safest towel I can use on a vehicle interior with lots of piano black? Oh, piano black interiors. The bane of most detailers' existence.
I am literally wanting to learn some PPF. I'm just going to start PPF in all piano black surfaces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
Dane,
the best towel if we name PPF towel.
Yeah, PPF. Yep, and then you're but the dryer woof. What'd you say, Dane? The dryer woof is the softest, plushest towel you got.
I would say that's going to be incredibly soft on there. It's going to be super gentle. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a safe way to go. I really like those. And that goes for any of the Wolfpack towels. Like, they're all incredibly soft. Yeah. You could also do it with, like, if you happen to have any Minx Royale laying around, or you got something like that kind of coral fleece weave, that cushy. Good stuff.
Nice.
Just kind of slept on towels where obviously everybody knows the Eagle Edgeless and loves it. And of course, I would say the same, but there's just something about the way those Wolfpack towel feel and the Minx feels. It's just a little bit different. So yeah, I would say that's a good way to go. Although the Dryer Wolf, one thing I will say about it, it's huge. It's a little big for interior use. It's not really the most at home there. But you know actually what is at home?
Oh, he said interior. I was thinking exterior.
Yeah, that's where I'm like,
drying.
Ooh.
I mean, you can save your piano black trim by just putting a dryer wolf over it. You don't even have to see it anymore.
Yeah,
it's just
you don't even have to look at it. But what I was going to say was one of Jamie's very favorite towels is actually great for use on interior panels.
Yep.
What would that be, Jamie?
Eaglet.
There it is.
You know what I'm all about, the eaglets. Yep.
Yeah, I think people forget those
exist. All the nooks and crannies. They're super safe. Yeah, that's what I give all to my clients so they can wipe down that piano black. So eaglets for the inside, dryer wolf.
They're small.
Yep, for the outside.
All right, next up, I've got Bruce's Garage saying, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Bruce.
What's happening, Bruce?
And Joey. Bruce? Wait a second. I know that, Joey.
Double Grandmaster of the
Year. He's our favorite T1 Grandmaster.
Wow, this is just a love fest.
Next year, 3 Grandmaster of the Year.
You guys are like actually
bringing it home again,
training him.
Yeah,
it's almost unfair. Now we're gonna, when we come judging on this thing, we're gonna be absolutely strict, letter of the law, spirit of the law, all that stuff. But if he turns out to be the best, then he's the best. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying
we're innocent until proven guilty.
It's an uphill battle and no cheating.
That's right. That's right.
You heard it here. All right, Rick Smith. What is going on, everyone?
Up,
Rick, welcome to the show.
Rick Smith?
And I'll have you guys read these questions too. So Bruce's Garage, why don't you take that, Alex, please?
Yep, take it, Dewar.
Bruce's Garage. How does Jamie and Alex have time to be on the podcast when they're always doing videos?
Yep. I just wrapped up a detail.
Yeah, I mean, for those that don't know, Jamie's able to film, edit, post all from his phone. I don't know how he does it. Tim Cook just needs to be hooking him up with iPhones because I don't know how he does it.
You pay for that extra monthly storage? Is that it? you gotta fit all that. iCloud is taking care of most of the weight of the work.
Yeah, I'm a record and delete guy. So
okay. So you're more like Anthony. Man, he's brave. He just straight up deletes it when he's done. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to keep that around just in case?
Nice.
He's not precious with it at all.
Certain stuff I'll keep, like like the Clean Maker video. I still have all that footage. Like that has to live on the phone forever for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But most of my videos, it's like just record, edit, put up, delete.
Well, again. And actually, this kind of gets me to wondering a question here. I want to know just like a brief little take on your guys' process for making your videos. Because I know there's people out there who would love to get started doing a detailing channel, that kind of stuff, kind of wondering what they should do. I know you use your phone a lot. So do you have any advice or just kind of a general day in the life of Jamie as to how that works?
Yeah, the best if you want to start making content, best way is you just got to pump out. I was not good, back in 2019 when I was originally Grand Ambassador, which is clearly why I didn't win the dang thing. But I was a runner-up, so I put out enough content to start getting good.
You had the heart.
That's right. Yeah. Originally, I would have been the original, I think, heart of the Grand Ambassador program.
But Anthony doesn't give winners heart awards. He's definitely stricter and colder than that. So it's up to me. I'm the one who's sentimental. Like, I love that guy. You should really. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it certainly took a couple years there to get pretty good, and I think recently over the last year or so, I've kind of peaked. I've gotten probably as good as I'm going to get with at least the phone. But I just record, and I just developed kind of the YouTube voice, I guess. I'm pretty good at cutting a promo, and you just give your honest feedback and that kind of deal, and I just record, edit on my phone, and throw it up.
I've seen you fall prey to the algorithm, though. I've seen you doing the YouTuber thing a couple of times there.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I tested that out for a while.
And Alex, you're not innocent there either. I've seen that too. You're guilty as charged.
Hey, sometimes you got to play the game. But
that's true.
Yep, definitely. But kind of adding on to that, it's one of those like I had a vested interest in photography growing up. And, that was really before video was super easy. Dane, you know all about like the real-time tape filming.
I know
editing.
About video when it was not easy. I know about film strips.
Yeah.
And editing
so it's a lot more difficult. Yeah. And I think now, again, with a phone, shoot what you can. But I think the big thing is good audio. I'd rather watch a poor quality video, but with great audio than, a great video with bad audio. So
70% of the viewing experience is the audio.
Yeah. So even if you just want to like record a process of detailing something and then just do a voiceover, then that's one thing because you can kind of get familiar. You don't have to, remember to say certain things while you're in the moment. But for me, I'm shooting on a mirrorless camera, and I bought a large memory card for the aspect of if you forget to hit, or stop hit recording, then, you can just kind of keep going, cut the clips, and then just do things differently and, have batteries, lots and lots of batteries.
Yes.
And just, if you want to pick an editing suite, kind of look out for tutorials on that, and even just kind of go on the fly. It's pretty simple to type in kind of an idea you have in your head of what you want to see, and then have that as a tutorial, and chances are there are something, because YouTube is a phenomenal source for all that kind of stuff.
It's a repository for tutorials, all the how-tos you could ever want. If you're wondering about something, it's there if you want to learn. Or at least a good place to start.
Dewar uses real cameras over there. If you go check out his newest video, he does like a little documentary style.
Yeah, he does.
On the Clean Maker. It was amazing. Amazing video, Dewar. Good job.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that.
That.
You did a great job. I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah.
Simon Birch popping in. Hashtag RedFTW. Do PNS have any plans to make Clean Maker for a second
The real
batch
questions.
that could come to Europe?
So far, it is just a one batch deal, and they're so busy. They're you don't get to talk to them too much. I haven't even talked to them like since the first batch. So you never know with this team, and the company has sold to that one group, that new company or whatever. But so I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. We'll see. But there's definitely still some Clean Maker to go around if you want to try and get a bottle to Europe. I don't know.
Well, just don't.
I think that's right. That's right. I don't know if TOC up here will ship to Europe, but if you pay enough, maybe anything can happen. Who knows?
We did a little wheeling and dealing and got it to. That's right. That's right. We had to do a little wheeling and dealing and get it up to Canada, but we made that happen. So maybe we'll ship you a batch over there to.
Hans Closen would probably
clean and shiny
happen.
Hans would do things for some Clean Maker.
You got to look out for that guy.
Yeah.
EC Details popping in to say, good to see my brother.
What's happening, Eddie?
Hey. And let's see. Oh, Simon back again. Saying, Brian.
Birch is hot today.
He's on one. He's asking questions and going with the commentary. Saying, I'd probably say something like Eagle Edgeless 350 and above. Simon, that's a great point. But the eaglets of those towels are really where it's at for interiors for sure. And of course, EC saying congrats, Jamie the Cleaner, showing the love.
Thank you, friend.
Very
much appreciated.
Very much so.
Oh man, and then Fred's going for Joey here.
JB,
they're all ready.
Oh, there we go.
That's right. And all constantly. And everybody's saying, hey, we've got the congrats to Jamie, and everybody's saying hello. Okay, Jeff C. popping in and saying, can we get a James Payne rant about something? James Payne, what's been bothering you lately? What's been the thing that's just sticking in your craw? What's driving you a little batty?
It takes a lot to really get James Payne going, but when he's out, he's out. And when I got something to say, I got something to say. But here lately, I think all the products have been performing pretty nicely, and nothing's bringing him out this week at least. So I think we're going to keep him down for this podcast.
All right,
definitely.
Well,
but if something pops up, he might pop his head out.
I think it takes a lot to get Jamie angry, but
But you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
No.
Yeah, no.
All right. Next up, the details and me saying, hey everyone, happy almost Friday. Welcome to the show.
Almost Friday.
And
Christy's got to be one of the luckiest people in the world.
And how's that?
All the giveaways she's been winning. It's
really?
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you enter a giveaway and she wins. I don't get it.
Okay, Lady Luck, I guess.
That's right.
That's right.
And I've got EC Details, Radiant 6 ounce of that sweet music to get the foam you want. This is from Sydney. Works good. What do you think about that?
I like it at 3 ounces. 6 ounces is just excessive. It's half the bottle.
I mean,
I like it 3. So I like it 3 ounces. It says 6 ounces on the label, but this is kind of going off the fact that it's from an old school bucket wash standpoint.
Right.
So now with the new technology of the foam cannon, you can split the 6 ounces, 3 in the foam cannon, 3 in the bucket. And I'm going to start trying it out, just 3 in the foam cannon and foaming the bucket.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes.
No, excellent.
It's kind of like your signature move, so you might as well.
That's right.
Well, and I mean, when it comes to dilution ratios and stuff, we tend to go a little more conservative on products around here because, I mean, if you're a detailer and you're running it as a business, you are trying to be a little more economical. Right. But if you're a detailer and you're running a YouTube channel and you're trying to put on a show for people, that's where you turn it around and make it a little more excessive, in which case, okay, I get the 6 ounce, but it's not necessary. It's basically what Jamie's saying here.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Alex G saying to Jamie and Alex, how much more do you like Absolute more than O&R for rinseless washing, and why?
Ooh, the hot
good
question.
Dang. Hot question.
It's getting spicy already. Okay.
I haven't done a O&R wash in quite a while. It has been mostly Absolute. I've been trying out this new one that is under the radar. I don't even know. Dewar, you tried a O&R lately?
I still have an O&R bottle from, because it's so economical and it cuts so well that it's from, I think, 3 years ago now. Like, no matter how much you use it, you just can't go through the bottle. So I'm not exactly sure what version it is. But it's so versatile, and Absolute is very new. Yes, they are different, and I don't necessarily love Absolute more. They're both very equal. I do prefer the smell of Absolute over O&R. But I either one. I mean, I've had great results of both. I haven't had any adverse effects. But ONR has proven beneficial, obviously, in some other methods, like, in the house cleaning, if you will. I know our good friend, and we've taken his spot, but Anthony loves cleaning his baseboards with ONR.
He sure does.
But with Absolute, again, back to TRCMA, don't forget it. You got to rock that sucker. Don't shake it, because if you shake it, you're going to have very different results. You have very different results from just
becomes
rocking
a different product.
Yeah, because the first time I used it, I shook the snot out of it, and it was a little bit chunky.
Chunks
and
up.
Shane would say chunky like a monkey. And then but once you rock it, it's completely different dynamic. And hot tip, I love it with hot water. That makes it even better.
A literal hot tip. All right.
Makes it more tropical too. Gets that scent going.
That's true.
It makes it seem like I'm on vacation when I'm actually freezing up here in the Great White North.
It's a little slice of paradise. So yeah, I get it. One thing I will say. Oh, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah,
No.
I was going to bring up that Optimum Polymer Technologies actually released a hot video over this week where they compared ONR to a rinseless X that they didn't say the name of. It looked a little chunky like a monkey, though, if I'm going to set the record straight. And it had the dirt sinking to the bottom of that container. So that was a very interesting test that I'm definitely planning on actually showing you the labels and see what happens. So we're going to find out.
Well, I would like to see that expanded to include like a handful of other rinselesses too. Like
that's
a broader spectrum, more than just two. Because obviously, you put it into lab conditions. I believe it did what it did. It's just a matter of, let's see if that's consistent across the board for others.
We need some swamp dirt and some Canadian dirt.
Swamp dirt, dirt, true. You get that bougie dirt, and then you got that dirty dirt. Yeah. As far as rinseless products go, though, I will say, in our experience, regardless of everybody's very, very controversial feelings about rinseless all over the place, I'm going to be Mr. Kumbaya here and just say, if you're using a rinseless and it was developed like in the last few years, you're not going wrong. And if you're using ONR, you're not going wrong.
Goodness.
It works. They've updated the formula as time has gone on, but it all starts from a place of science, and it actually has a purpose, and it does work. What's funny is you have two different camps. You have the people who think that rinseless is something you can only do on basically clean cars, and you can't do anything else, and you're just an idiot if you try and use rinseless on a dirty car. Right. Because God forbid somebody try that. And then the other camp is, well, I'm fighting with this guy about which rinseless is best. So you have these two different battles, these warring camps going on in detailing. And it's like, first of all, I'm in the camp of you can use a rinseless for just about anything. Really, you can
100%.
go very,
100%.
very far with a rinseless. I would rather use a rinseless in place of a soap in almost every single occasion, except for the visual flair, because when it comes to making videos, the foam just wins every day. There's no question about it. People comment about how boring it is to watch a rinseless video. I get where they're coming from. But when you're dealing with different rinselesses versus each other, the point of getting to a clean car is going to be your arrival point. It's going to be the destination for all those rinseless, regardless of which one you're using. The discrepancies, the issues, the controversial whatever happen with the user experience of getting from that dirty car to that clean car. People simply have different tastes. I know a lot of people are like fans of McKee's and that kind of stuff. Levi, Anthony, they just don't necessarily enjoy it as much because the user experience, there's just something off for them about it. But then again, they kind of grew up with ONR, so they're used to that type of experience. It's a little different. The makeup of the products is slightly different, and you can tell what kind of the core ingredients are one versus the other. But at the end of the day, I just want to say, you're all cleaning cars. You're just trying to make it
That's
nice.
right.
If you make your car shiny, your customer's happy, maybe you're the customer, you've done your job. You don't need to fight somebody. It's a total waste of time. So that's my 2 cents.
These were two polymer rinselesses, and we're talking about the surfactant rinseless. Now they got hybrid surfactant polymer.
And then it turns into some crazy conspiracy theory that someone's out to get somebody else, and they're like, oh, these guys are hacks or whatever. It's like, dude, we're just cleaning cars. Chill.
And like, kind of add to that, I mean, you gotta, if you have a really nasty vehicle, like we've had a freeze thaw where it's just covered, like we don't have salt on the roads, we just put gravel and sand for reasons, I guess. So I mean, really, you just have, it's brutal. So you kind of have the whole car covered. And if you look at it and it's really, really bad and caked on, just be smart about it. Think, okay, I'm probably going to scratch this. I'm not going to go this route. So you can go to a paint spray. If you have a mild day and you have running water, you can rinse it off so you can get the majority off of it. And I mean, even if you want to go to a paint spray, take an IK Foam Pro 12, take an IK Foam Pro 2, put something on it to break stuff down a little bit, rinse it off, go home if you have a covered space or a parking garage, whatever, and then go about your ways with either O&R or Absolute. Just have fun with it. They're fun products to use. They smell good. It's not like me at TRCMA spilling friggin' iron remover everywhere and knocking people out. This is just fun. So just enjoy it.
And I've yet to smell a rinseless wash that I didn't like the smell of. They tend to be very different from one another, but all the ones I've smelled are like really just vibrant, fun smells. Like Absolute, you got that awesome scent there. But O&R, I've been once described as Japanese candy, and I can't get that idea out of my mind. That's always how I've kind of thought of it. And
that makes sense.
I do love that smell. But Absolute, I love that smell too. They got me with that one. They're both enjoyable in their own right. Anyway, moving along. I burned a little time there, but keeping it
They both clean the car,
Yep. End of the day, that's all we're doing. All right, so we've got waffles or French toast. Joe Muniz asking the important questions.
Ooh, this one's a tough one. Man, I love a good waffle and I love some good French toast.
Are we talking home to sweets waffles and French toast, or what are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
That home to sweets waffle hits different.
People are normally comparing pancakes to waffles. I'm not usually hearing French toast in this.
Yeah, that's what makes this one harder. It's like,
it was a little different, I guess.
Because I love French toast.
I'll
up
French
the ante
toast,
a little bit, and I know it's a slight variant to the question, but I will go. If you haven't done it, do this. I do banana bread French toast. That's
oh my goodness.
Okay,
Dewars out here
chocolate
living.
chip banana bread.
Wow.
Like don't eat the day before. Fast for a bit, go to bed, wake up, and then do it, and then don't eat the rest of the day.
You need to prepare your body for the experience.
Oh yeah, 100%. Banana bread French toast.
Dang.
Alex,
there you go.
I don't know. You didn't have it, but it is a thing at Express Cafe. You can get a cinnamon roll French toast. They literally cinnamon rollify French toast, or do they French toastify a cinnamon roll? Either way, it's a winner.
Yeah,
it's bomb.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm throwing it out there. I'm saying French toast wins this battle, but waffles beat pancakes in my book.
And I've seen some. We have this new place that opened up. They do croffles, where it's a croissant waffle.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
Lord.
So it's
Canadians
more
are whack,
savory, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
Way more savory.
And it's a good foundation for whatever you want to put on there.
And it's flaky too, I'd imagine. Okay. All right, next
we'll
up.
go French toast. Shout out the waffles, though. That's a close one.
Yeah. To be fair, it was a good question.
Here we go.
Details of me. Alex, please take it away.
There you go.
What's the difference between super foam and active foam? And in what situation would I choose one over the other?
So,
well,
take that one. Go for it.
So, we have Justin on our podcast every now and then, and this is basically a question he gets asked every single time he's on a live.
Yep.
I wish there was an easier way to memorize which one is which, because they are different ends, but yeah.
Yeah, well, Superfoam
they hit hard.
It ain't playing no games. Yes. Yep.
No.
Superfoam hits a lot harder than Active Foam.
Yes.
And it's for when the really dirty vehicle comes on, that great pre-wash. You can spray it on and rinse it off. Active Foam, you can foam can it on, put it on the bucket. It's just a slightly higher pH than neutral, probably like a 9 or so. And it cleans real good. So just... You're not going to use Superfoam very often. You could use Active a lot more, and you could use Active as your main shampoo too, just to get a deeper clean. But it is going to attack protection a little bit.
Yeah. The takeaway, I think, when it comes to these types of washes is, what is your detailing environment? It is a workplace where you're bringing customer cars, where you don't know the story with them. They're coming in. You might end up using Superfoam or Active Foam a lot more often. But if it's for your own personal cars, those are products that really 9 out of 10 people aren't going to need. Just they're not.
I mean,
if you maintain your vehicles with any kind of regularity, if you're aware enough of detailing to know what these products are, your personal cars probably don't need them. Just saying.
That's right.
I know it's not great for sales, but at the same time, realistically, buy a different soap for regular maintenance washes, GSF, that kind of stuff. It's what you're going to end up using, because if you know enough about detailing to be there, chances are your car's already in decent shape.
Yeah,
Certainly
I'm
a
rarely
niche
busting
soap
out the
and-
super foam.
Yeah, because super foam's at a
Active
pH
foam's
12, and then because active foam's 9.5. So if you want to remember super, just think it's super and it's higher, more intense. As Jamie would say, it doesn't play no games. And but it's certainly one of those that, again, kind of like I mentioned earlier, if you want to pre-foam something and you want to be at a pay and spray and do so, throw some super foam in an IK sprayer, lather that stuff on there, rinse it off, and you're going to be knocking out a ton of stuff, especially for cars coated. But even if it's not a huge deal, it's still going to work awesome. And the smell is chef's kiss.
That's the part that throws me, is for such a strong product, why did they make it smell so good?
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be attracted to a product that's that strong, but...
But it was made for the tunnel wash industry, so it's got all them smells going through the tunnel. It's blasting your stuff off, so...
I get it. I understand it. And I guess the way to tell them apart in terms of the active versus super, like you were saying, Alex, you could almost think of it in terms of, like, how would somebody describe their lifestyle? I'm active, or are you super? Like,
that's right.
I guess that's a way to give some perspective on it. All right,
Active
what do we got
Foam's a great
here?
soap, though. Love that soap.
Wonderful question.
Wonderful questions. I feel like we're definitely getting a good variety today. Joey, popping in here.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Radiance is a great drying aid soap, he says. Yep. Agreed.
He's got some great... He's had some content pumping out, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Christy likes the French toast. Where are we? We are page 3. We've got a Let's Go from Super Rotter. Nice to see you here, bud. And Danny Sandoval, question for Jamie. How did you come up with your detailing name, Jamie the Cleaner? I know people have a hard time with names for the business or for their channels. How'd you arrive at yours? I mean, it sounds obvious, but it's never really an obvious choice. It's something you got to think about.
That's right.
Yep, that's pretty straightforward. I remember coming down to like 2 names. I knew I was gonna, start getting on Instagram and start kind of making a couple videos here and there. So I was trying to think of a cool channel name. It was either gonna be like, Jamie's Garage or Jamie the Cleaner.
Yeah.
And I asked one of my friends, which one you think's cooler? And he was like, Jamie the Cleaner sounds like you're a hitman. I'm like, I like it.
That's what
then I matched that.
Oh,
my logo has the sunglasses.
Yeah. You do kind of look like a hitman holding that spray bottle very menacingly. So
that OG logo.
Yeah.
For those that know.
Yep, the OG picture. Yep. Played into the name.
Your new Cleaner Cast logo's got the devil horns on it, the whole thing. That's pretty cool too. So I made sure to include that on today's thumbnail. It's like a little update.
Yeah, I saw you got the new logo.
That was an awesome thumbnail.
I know. I didn't think you'd be prepared for me to actually use it, but you got shirts with them. So.
Yep.
Well, we'll be rocking them at the halftime show, coming in hot.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And let's see, we've got Caleb G saying, I have some drying towels that are extremely hydrophobic from Drying Aid, almost unusable. And I have rags to riches and have done multiple day soaks. They still won't come back. Never hot water, never heat dried. Okay, so he's doing the right things. We can agree.
Yep.
He's got the right idea. But what I didn't hear in his comment was, how long were they considered hydrophobic before he went in and did this? We've brought some towels back from the dead that have been there for several months, even a year plus in some cases, but I wouldn't consider that to be like a guarantee, personally. I wouldn't guarantee that.
I think the Drying Aid era is kind of almost coming to an end. I think we're realizing it's kind of ruining our expensive towels. And I think soaps like Radiance, I think using Absolute as a Drying Aid O&R, I think that's going to start coming to a prevalence in the future rather than, because sealants got strong and stronger like all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Yeah, like in a kind of a short gap there, we went from like, so people just started, spraying C2V3 on, wet cars and drying it, and like that dries in your towel, like that's real, like
that's hardcore,
it's hard to get out. So that over time is just going to ruin your drying towel. So they're probably time for some new towels, unfortunately, but I think the era of drying aids with protection is coming to an end. in my opinion.
Unfortunately, it may be a case where you do have to replace those, but going forward, at least you're aware of the process and that kind of thing. I normally would say there's a chance to save them, but if you're finding that you've already done, as you say, all those things, that's pretty much the advice we try and give people. So you're paying attention. It's just, unfortunately, they may have gone past the point of no return.
And I mean, these kinds of towels, even if you do have to retire them, you can use them for other tasks in the house or whatever.
And that is true. Just because they're hydrophobic, there's still a little bit of absorption, I'm sure, just even a hint of it. They probably push most of the water around, but there's always a use for, like, you can use it as a temporary bath mat. You're watching your dog, whatever kind of thing. There's some way that towel can live on in another capacity. So don't throw it away or kill it just yet. It does have value.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, I've got... Oh, that's the end of the page there. See, that's the thing. This little iPad I got here does all the comments backwards, so I have to guess what page it's really on. But anyway, we got the Cleaner Cast will be an orange party on Friday, so Superado. Yep. Okay, what does he know that I don't?
Carlos Serrano. Carlos loves orange. Everything's orange with Mr. Serrano. So it's
I've seen a lot of gray, but I guess orange too. Yeah.
No, he loves the orange.
We've got Rick here saying, shout out to Clean Maker, gonna have to get more. And actually, you know what?
Appreciate you, good sir.
A lot of people here know, but we get new folks coming in all the time. For those who are wondering, while it may be obvious to the regulars, what is Clean Maker? Why does it exist?
So Clean Maker is this limited edition product we just came out with PNS. It's probably only got a couple bottles left. But the origin story of Clean Maker was I was a big fan of Bead Maker, as we all know. Then Dream Maker came out, and then I was a big fan of Dream Maker. But then I was kind of business sense. I was going around the vehicle twice doing final wipe downs, and I was like, I really like the results I'm getting, but this is kind of too much. So I started kind of doing, I think Dave called it kind of a pseudo application where I'd apply the Bead Maker. I'd apply a lot of Bead Maker as you're supposed to, one spray of Dream Maker, and I was taking the towel and mixing it in and getting the same results. So I was like, oh, this is money. So this is what we're going to do from now on. Well, one day, the Dream Maker bottle, you know, them old PNS sprayers, they're not too great, but it broke. So then my Bead Maker bottle was an IK sprayer at that point. So I took the Dream Maker and I said, well, here we go. And I just mixed it in with the Bead Maker, started playing around with it. It was, a joke, of course, posted on Instagram. This is the real deal combo right here, just as kind of a joke. But I kept using it over, the next couple weeks or month or so, and I was like, man, I'm getting the same results, even better maybe. And so then I think I made a video on it like this is how you use this stuff, and getting some really good results. Yep. And someone, I think it was Ozzy Bear the Rooster, tried it out, and then he was like, Clean Maker, that's what this is called, and he like made a label and put it on the bottle. So I didn't even name it. Someone else named it, and I was like, that's awesome. That's definitely what I'm calling it from now on. And that's probably when I made the video once I had a name for it. But, a year goes by, and then, like, Pan the organizer somehow gets wind of it. I think he was at SEMA, and Dave told him about it, told him to check it out.
He's always sniffing out what's new and trying to get there. Get there first.
So he presented it on his channel, and then we've just been on a wave of craziness with the Clean Maker train ever since. So and it came full circle, and we made a limited edition run. Shout out to PNS. It's been a fun run.
I mean, that's really cool. There aren't many companies who would do that, so I think that's really cool to have that opportunity. And, of course, I mean, not bragging, but, hey, man, it all started with the Grand Ambassador program, all that stuff.
That's right.
That's where you wound up. Did you think you'd have a product that was made after your own likeness?
No, definitely not. That's why, I was pretty excited. I always wanted to come back and try and win the Grand Ambassador year because, y'all got it started for me. I'd still be at kind of my dead-end job, just welding away, which it was a pretty good job, you know what I'm saying? No,
I was going to say, welding's not bad.
No, it was a good job. But, now I'm love to go to work every day. It's my passion. And being in an industry with such great people and working with great companies like PNS and the Rad Company, you can't beat that. So coming back and winning the thing and representing, a great company like TRC, it's an easy deal.
So it's been a banner year already, is what I'm getting here.
Yeah. This is going to be hard to top 2023. Rolling 2024, we got to bring the heat.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm counting on you guys, but I know you're good for it, so.
Halftime show is going to be hot.
I'm looking forward to it. We got Superado 2K saying, keep Alex away from iron removers at TRC.
Hey, brother. My goodness, this guy.
Yeah, I will. I will hold that to. I'll hold that true.
Yeah.
Then he follows up by saying hashtag Chihuahua
products.
pack.
Shout out to the Chihuahua pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, if you had a Chihuahua pack, that would just be like eaglet-sized versions of the Wolfpack towels, right?
Hey,
there's an idea, huh?
There's an idea.
As long as they're quiet and don't sound like an actual Chihuahua.
Oh yeah, well,
yeah.
Good thing they're towels, I guess.
That's right.
Let's see. Oh, Serrano's Mobile. The orange ones are the good ones for an interior. Thanks, buddy. Rick here. Jamie, how has winning the Grandambassador program impacted your business? Now, I do want to say your business came about actually after you initially started in the Grandambassador program, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So it was
just
a little bit of a flip of what people normally
back
do.
then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, go ahead. Yeah. Explain to them your thoughts.
Well, business-wise, y'all supply me with a good, amount of towels. That helps tremendously. So I get a little sponsorship of the towels. And then winning it, I'm going to get even more towels. So I'm probably stocked up for the next year or so with some high-quality microfiber. So that way it helps tremendously. But business-wise, you pump out a lot of content. So that's a lot of eyes on the product. And I accidentally kind of blew up my Facebook page during this round of Grandambassadorship because somehow Instagram got linked to my Facebook, and I was keeping Facebook like straight, like just results and stuff like actual clients want to see, not like my review of this or that. But I accidentally flooded my Facebook with my Grandambassador content and got up to like it increased by like 12,000 followers. So I don't know how that affects me, if that's a positive or a negative, because it's kind of, I don't know, but that's how it's kind of affected me.
Okay, well, cool.
So it's pretty funny.
That's
you're a humble guy,
super
so
cool.
you're not going to sit there and tell everybody you're the greatest or anything, but we think you're pretty great.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know.
No worries.
I like the towels.
I was going to say, I would think having the product after your likeness, that kind of stuff, definitely a result of the Grandambassador program, all that's definitely benefited your business in some form or fashion.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Having that connection into the industry and being able to build on that experience.
Yeah, and a lot of my clients are coming in now and asking about it. And, I tell them the story and stuff, and they just think it's the coolest thing ever. So,
dream
cool.
big. And I've got another page here. Let's go. All right, your boy Jake saying CleanerCast has become my new favorite detailing
Shout out
podcast.
Jake. Let's go.
I know you're on a different podcast right now, but I ain't even mad, Jake. He's got a point. He likes what he likes, and I'm not going to fault him for having good taste. So
that's quite the name. I love that name.
We've had some,
your boy.
Yeah, come in live and comment. I don't think I've seen his name pop up, so come on in.
Apparently he's a fan.
Live.
He's just a lurker. So yeah. Let's see. Detail. Oh, okay. She's picking up the slack here. 58 watching and only 23 thumbs. Hit that like button. That's right. Let's get those likes popping up.
Smash.
I've got Joey here saying, giving away all my training tips. I see. Okay. It's a little sensitive already.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's okay.
That's all right. Joey
just got to get new ones, man. You got to keep developing that skill. Serrano's here saying, I'm the same way. I use my phone only and edit with it. UCut is the app I use. That's interesting. I know CapCut. Nice. I don't know UCut.
No, I've never heard of that one. I use Premiere Rush.
Oh, Premiere Rush is, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the nicest editing app for your phone.
Yeah.
Probably as far as you can get with it. Yeah.
It's clean. Then AC just conversing with Serrano's here. We've got a Josh McKay. Saying hello, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Josh. Welcome. And I've got Demo 1000 here saying good afternoon to the CleanerCast.
Demo.
Once again, thank you for that king cake. That stuff was incredible. It's like an apple fritter turned into a cake.
Did he send you some king cakes? That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Nobody choked on the baby yet, so I think we're good.
I think Demo could make some pretty wicked French toast, tell you that much.
Oh, man.
I would not put him past him.
You on the French toast train or what?
Yeah, maybe the first week of April you can have some show up at TRC. Maybe just that might be a good time to get it sent there.
Crazy coincidence. Turns out Alex somehow smuggled maple syrup across the border. It's a whole thing.
That's right.
Functional Doc here saying hello to all and the Cleaner Cast hosts and viewers. Functional Doc doing what Functional Doc does best, saying hello. And NJW saying hi from the UK. Welcome. That is one thing I do love this podcast for the reason we do have a fairly international audience. It's not all just targeted here in the US.
We're worldwide.
We bring in people from all over, and we love it. It's great. We welcome them all. So let's see. We have a little back and forth commentary. It's a whole lot of
always the back and forth in the comments.
I'm looking for where the questions start. All right, let's try Ryan here. What do we got, Ryan? Just checking in for and giving a shout out to Jamie and Alex, who are everywhere on the internet these days. Ryan, doing the thing.
Appreciate you, Ryan.
Then we got a whole bunch
getting
more
on the content train.
Hellos.
Doing my best.
That's right. Do what you got lined up next. You got any hot videos up next? It's gonna be hard to top the Clean Maker video.
Yeah.
You might want to just take a bow and bow out after that one. Yeah,
I should have put that on a different platform, to be honest.
You still could.
That's right. I do have an absolute video coming out. And our good friend Freddie sent some stuff over, so have some videos on that.
Shout out to Fred.
And just some winter nasty removal, if you will. So but yeah, kind of. Yeah, removing the nasty. So taking advantage of the warm weather while we have it. But, just I recently, I didn't do a video of it, but I got my dad hooked on the Ultra Air Blaster.
Oh, really?
He doesn't put that thing down.
Really?
Yep. He he kind of lives vicariously through me with all of the products. He'll message me on any given weekend, like, hey, can I come over and do my car real quick? I'm like, all right, whatever. So, just
give it a good buzz around.
He's the Oh, that he loves that tool. He won't put it away.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising how clean you can get a vehicle just blowing it out, like a good blowout.
For real?
I made the video of it a couple weeks ago. Just blow out in a vacuum, and you're like halfway there.
No, Levi believes in that first and foremost. I know if he were here, he'd be saying the same thing. Like that's job number one. Just get everything knocked loose at least. Then it becomes a lot easier to clean. Superrado 2K here saying, I remember having to look up articles on microfiche at the library. Wow, okay.
Oh, my.
You are a little on the older side, but the fact that I know what microfiche is means that we're definitely.
What's the real concern here?
Okay, so if you're familiar, if you're not familiar with microfiche, think of in detective movies or even in the horror movie The Ring, where they go and they look up old articles from the 70s or the 60s or 50s or earlier, and they're newspaper clippings, but they're tiny, right? And they got to go in this little projector. It looks like a microscope thing. It's a microfiche. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
okay, it's all making sense now.
That was how they could basically keep so many different documents as everything got shrunken down super tiny. So you're basically sitting there at the library looking at these tiny, tiny documents, but they look normal size through the lens.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a nerdy thing for
blast.
the day.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
No. I was going to say, at least that's something I can bring to the table that Levi and Anthony may not know. So that makes it fun.
That's right.
I got Simon here. Jamie, take this one.
Ooh. Simon Birch, do you know if IK Multi Pro 2 will be discontinued as the 360 hits the market? That's a good question. We need to get old Iban on the Cleaner Cast and have him answer this question.
You should.
So, I think we've been talking about it, but he's so busy. He's always this, he's there, he's everywhere. So we're gonna get him locked down and get him on the Cleaner Cast, and we'll get this question answered for you soon.
Knowing how these
definitely
things
one of the friendliest human beings.
Bond's
a man.
Wonderfully kind guy. Really, really is.
He's so cool.
No, super nice. And as far as the products go, even if something gets discontinued, as fast as IK products do tend to move, usually when they introduce a new product, there's still a decent supply existing of stock on shelves for older models and stuff.
Right.
So you won't see them disappear for a while. It's kind of like back in the early 2000s when Chevy had a new Caprice, and they're like, "But this is a Caprice Classic," or the Malibu, or the Silverado. They keep the old model around for a few years, even though they're selling the new one. They just call it the Classic. Yeah. So they exist, and usually at a lower price than the new stuff. So it's kind of a thing to bear in mind. Oh, look at this, guys. We got to clap for this. Stilly's
snap. The super chat train is a-rolling.
All right. He broke it.
Very much, Stilly.
Thank you very much, sir. That's very kind. We appreciate it. And holy cow, my whole page just jumped. Let's go back.
Love when it does that.
I was going to say, it's spiced up all of a sudden.
Nothing wrong with the spice.
I'm not sure who he's talking to, but he's talking about if I make a switch to all Rag Company towels. I'm not sure who you're talking to or what about, but hey, I'm not going to argue if you switch all TRC towels. I mean, you're kind of
He's been doing these takeover videos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
I think he's thinking about switching all his fibers to a Rag Company, giving it a try, and then like the other ones. And
so
I don't know what he's
So
planning.
maybe Eddie can comment on this, but is he somebody who likes to have just like just all the same kind of same thing? He likes getting the box set or like the full complete, this is my XYZ category,
that makes sense,
and it's all the same brand because it's easier. Because some people, a lot of detailers we talk to end up just like getting little knickknacks, all kinds of stuff, and the brands are just all over the place. It's a mess.
A mishmash.
Well, because sometimes people send you stuff. If you're somebody somewhat notable on the internet, you'll get stuff sent to you. Or if they want to try and get into your store, that happens to us all the time. People will send stuff to Levi and Anthony and me, and sometimes it makes it through, sometimes it doesn't. It takes a long time, but it's just something where it's like, if you're curious, we'll try it, we'll test it. But for the average person, I do wonder which is the more economical or more productive move, you think? Having all one brand and just keeping to that regardless of the relative quality of the products in the lineup? Do you like just having a solid brand to rely on? Or do you kind of like to mix it up so that, say, for example, the brand goes under or it changes or something, whatever? To me, I like seeing the variety, personally. I don't have a problem with that. But what do you guys think?
Yeah.
I like personally. I like consistency myself, and I mean, I've being as fortunate to be as part of the Grand Ambassador program. You basically acquire a ton of variety because I mean, you guys have a lot of SKUs that have very unique uses. But that being said, there are some similarities between them, and I mean, I obviously. 99% of my stuff is from you guys in terms of towels, but you even though you have a lot, you still have kind of your favorites. Jamie and I are huge fans of the FTWs, and for drying, the gauntlets, the liquidators, 1500s, they all have a place. And I mean, sometimes I go strictly by color just to go by color. There's no other reason, and other times I just like to have.
Carlos does that.
You find a towel you like, and you do do what you got to do. But no, I think Eddie's going all in with that one. But I mean, I've seen, and Jamie and I have both seen your guys' back end staff going through the towels, and you're not going to be getting a bad one. I'll tell you that much. And they get you what you want. And I mean, I know the towel variety can be overwhelming for sure. But I mean, you can take the words of the creators like Jamie and myself if you want, others as well. Shout out to Hunter for his Towel Tuesdays, really giving you the information you want to hear, and kind of go by that. And you don't have to buy every single towel. There's enough sales that you can have fun with it. But there's lots of promo codes out there, and get what you like and stick with it.
I think businesses, with detailing business, with more employees, it does benefit to stick to one chemical line, probably the same towels. Just keep buying them, bulk order. Getting them in, you train the guys how to use them. They know how to use them. Don't change nothing. So when it comes to that, definitely sticking to the same stuff can benefit you for sure. So I think that's what EC's mindset is with these takeover videos. Is he's kind of showing you if you go all in on this brand, this is what this is like. This is what this is like. So.
So that's a good point, Jamie, actually, what you brought up. When you do go all in on one brand, there are more opportunities to be able to save on them, like group buy, bulk, whatever. That does kind of open up those opportunities in a way that picking and choosing maybe doesn't. But it also depends on the kind of detailer you are, too, right? I mean, if you're an enthusiast, a mix and match set, it's going to break the bank the same way any other products will.
That's how I do it.
If you're a business, then it definitely makes sense to do the bulk mode. So I get both schools of thought there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I realize we're a little bit over our break period, but we're just going to take a brief little break. We're not going too far. Don't worry. We'll be right back after these messages. You guys, you're coming back after this. We're not done yet. I may know how.
100%.
So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Hang in there.
Go ahead, get dirty. P&S Off-Road.
Hello, everybody. This is Nate from the Rag Company. Today, I have YouTube video star and sensation Josh Brodel. He does some really great Saturday videos for us. What do you have to say?
Do I need to?
No, you just...
Oh. Thanks for having me, Nate.
Awesome, good, that's great. Why don't you talk in your videos?
Jimmy told me not to.
Really soft-spoken. All right. So we're coming at you with event announcement called TRCMA, which is the Rag Company Media Access. That is just going to be... Are you pretty excited for that?
Oh, definitely. Super excited.
Looks like it's happening from April 1st to the 4th of 2024, Monday through Thursday. Do you think you got time for that? Your free time?
Yeah, I think I can get that on the schedule.
Or stream it. You can stream it. Yeah, anywhere you watch YouTube videos.
Oh, YouTube Live.
Look at that. The man just oozes detailing. We're looking forward for all those brands and everyone to show up, and just for the kids at home, just kind of wrap it up with a few words of wisdom for the detailing fanatics.
You guys definitely don't want to miss it.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll see you there.
I love that video so much.
Man,
boy, Nate
and Josh nailed the awkward really, really well.
Oh, soft-spoken. Okay.
And
Uses detail.
deliberately, terrible cuts throughout that video, just
100%.
And the plant changes every few seconds. That's also fun. Yep. Every time you cut back,
changes,
it's a new plant.
The hold music gets me every time.
And maybe I'm a nerd, that a whole segment.
The font.
The
I feel dead inside every time I see that font.
Yeah.
It really gets to me in a way that few things do. Anyway, guys, welcome back. We're here in the second half. I feel
the fun half.
It's important I should say hello. Okay, there we go. We've done it.
Yeah.
And now that we're all back, I've got Jamie the Cleaner. I got Alex Dewar here, the Cleaner Cast, as you see them. And, of course, you have your show going tomorrow, live stream, all that good stuff. Happens generally the day after Q&A Thursdays is a thing.
That's right.
The way it works. But anyway, we've been introducing you to the folks who are new, but I think we've got that covered and out of the way at this point, so we can just keep cruising on these questions. And if there's anything that you guys want to maybe get a little deeper into, that's the beauty of this show. We can actually kind of explore topics. Maybe something pops up to mind where you're like, what's the deal with that? I want you guys to speak up and do that. So if you don't, I will.
That's right.
I'm saying that much.
I like
now
it.
that I don't have Anthony and Levi here, I can actually be like, let's discuss this topic for 10 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody will
let
enjoy
you go
it.
wild, Dane.
Man, look out.
That's right.
Again,
this isn't a fun half for no reason.
Yes. I got Rick Smith saying, what is the new go-to coding applicator? What do you guys think?
Ooh.
I'm pretty fond of the Savor applicators. I know y'all did some cross branding recently and made
for the
no soak applicator
and the no soaks now. Yeah.
I like
those no soaks look awesome.
Yeah.
No, they're great.
Yep. I still haven't cracked the package open yet, but they look good.
No, definitely a way to go. Any other suggestions, or are you sticking with that and that's the final word?
That's pretty much my go-to applicators. I ain't going back to suede. I'm not doing, I think Ivan has these little foam deals. Get those out of here. Get you a Savor applicator and have a good time.
All right. I'll throw in 2 cents to the Pearl Puck, personally, just saying that.
Yeah. I was going to say the Pearl Puck is awesome. I like it for, not just the coatings, but I've used it for other uses too, with interior dressings, things like that. But, the ergonomics of it are nice. It's good for the larger panels. In the tighter areas, it's a little bit more difficult. But
you play hockey, of course the ergonomics feel familiar to you.
I know.
Yeah, Dewar's all about a puck. Yeah,
yep.
All about the puck. But definitely, it's one of those. It's nice to have a bit of a variety. Just because if you're new to coding, some do include an applicator, and you can certainly use that. But having, if you are doing a bit more volume, the no soak and the pucks are great options.
Yeah, and there's a lot of coatings out there that'll come with some sort of applicator, and while the applicator that comes with a given coating is usually, it's decent, it's not usually the best, because at the end of the day, the coating is the expensive part of the kit, and the other stuff can kind of be just kind of a wayside item. It's not the most important, but the coating companies that really care about that kind of stuff will make an effort to put nicer stuff in there. So, pick and choose your battles. Whatever makes the most sense. But you can always buy your own coating applicator, of course.
That's right.
Simon popping in here. Have you heard
about
merch or tried any Nexen products?
Nexen. I have never heard of this brand.
So that's a mystery to me.
UK
Simon,
brand? Probably a UK
educate
brand.
us. Yeah, I mean, Simon.
It's a Birchie specific brand.
Yeah, Birch, you're not over here, so perhaps you know something we don't. But please, speak up if that's something you want to talk about. I'm happy to listen. Let's see. We've got Demo, Christy, and JB win every giveaway.
They do. They win a lot. They got the Lucky Rabbit's foot in the back pocket.
Demo's the real winner. If you send food to people, that's
Demo is the real winner.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, food is going to win every time. Clearly,
Demo's the man. What flavors did he send you? Those king cakes. What flavors did you get?
It seemed like it had like chocolate going on. There was like a chocolate pudding buried in it somewhere. But what other stuff was there? It felt like an apple fritter without the apple flavor. It was like an apple fritter consistency and texture turned into a cake, but it tasted like kind of a chocolate cake type thing. It was very good. But obviously I'm not really supposed to be having a bunch of that stuff, so I just sampled it. That's all.
I like a
good
strawberry cheesecake king cake.
Yes, I'm a big fan of that. Love a good strawberry flavor.
Oh,
I don't know. You, Alex?
Alex don't know what a king cake is.
He doesn't.
No,
That's okay. That's it. Moving on.
I like a light cheesecake. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
well,
can't beat a cheesecake.
You're my kind of guy. It's all about the cheesecake.
Yeah.
We got Simon
cheesecake.
Birch also saying, Rick, I'd say the new no-soak applicator. I haven't tried it myself as it hasn't hit the European market yet, but it should make your bottle last longer and still in a safe way. Yes.
Nice. Yep.
Very true.
Those are the best applicators.
And then he follows up. To me, it looks a lot like the Pearl applicator. Yeah, you're kind of in the neighborhood there.
The Pearl applicators were pretty good, too. Even without the savor, the Pearl did a really good job as well. I really liked those for a while. So,
the Pearl material is always a good choice when used with a coating. It's much better than using... I see people still going out there with like Eagle Edgeless to try and level a coating. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, boy.
Insanity. But there are some people who manage to make it work, but it just seems like more trouble than it's worth, personally.
For sure.
It's a great towel. It's just not great for that. It also depends on the coating. Some coatings are like, honey, and it just sticks and the fibers every which way.
I've been using a lot of honey coatings lately.
Well, and also the climate where you're at, I'm sure it lends itself to that kind of situations.
High humidity, they really thicken up on you when you put them on that panel.
EC Details popping in saying, say Eddie wants to convert his towels to all rag company, color-coded for polish removal, drying aid, drying towel, interior towels, wheel towel.
Oh, here we go.
What am I getting, Dane and Jamie the Cleaner? Why'd you leave out Alex? That's not fair.
Alex knows towels better than me. So, color-coded for polish
I would argue
removal.
Eddie just... I think Eddie should just listen to whatever his kids wants. They're the ones really doing the work.
They're the real experts there,
Yeah.
Ooh,
as it goes for as it goes for the color coding, for polish removal, I'm gonna go lavender with the Eagle Edges 350. Drying aid, I'm going with the pink FTW just because it's bright, it's vibrant, it's fun. Drying towel, I'm going the Gauntlet because you have so many different sizes. And you have two colors if you want to go that route. Interior towels, I'll go 365s because they're blue and you can stick with that. Wheel towel, you can use the smaller Gauntlet, and that's the way that I would go
Gauntlet
personally.
Is so underrated.
The 12 by 12
wheel towel. That is a nice.
People forget
wheel
about
towel.
that thing, but it's a great towel. Great towel.
I'd pretty much agree with you. Polish removal. You could also use purple pearls. They're a pretty good polish removal towel.
Yep.
Drying aid. Yeah, FT Dubs. Drying towel. I love a big red 1500 interior towels. 365 is definitely a way to go. In that wheel towel, that little gauntlet is amazing.
Yeah. And if you want to get
Dane,
fancy,
you got anything to interject?
I was going to say, interior-wise, there may be a couple I would add, not to overcomplicate it, but I do think that sometimes, like the micro suede towels, those small suede towels could be very handy for nav screens, gauge clusters, some of the very, very delicate stuff, assuming you're using a product that's not going to scratch, obviously. The towel itself should when it's a microfiber lens cloth or something along those lines. But I might add that for certain kinds of finishes. Outside of that, though, eaglets. I'm going to throw eaglets out there for interiors, just for some of the smaller
baby
stuff.
Eaglets.
Keep that
I don't
eaglet
think
alive.
Jamie's very upset about that, but it's true. Having a smaller towel could be very beneficial when working in some of those kind of weird nooks and crannies areas.
For sure.
No, that's definitely
And kind of
what I'd
to
say.
add to with polish removal, depending on what you're doing, because not all polishes are created equal. Some are super sticky, obviously, but the creature is awesome for that because of the dual pile. And I love the bright green creatures. The blue creatures are awesome too, as well as the yellow ones. But the green is super fun.
And I guess if you
Very
wanted to
safe
get
towel.
crazy about it, because what I didn't see listed was a glass towel, and I always feel like glass towels kind of need to be something separate from your other towels just to avoid that contamination. But if you're somebody who just wants to simplify, just FTWs for most of the stuff on this list, and FTW can do all of that. It really can.
Definitely.
I mean, we don't have an FTW that's, say, big enough to be like an extreme drying towel. However, everything else, you're pretty good. And small spot drying, FTWs rock at that. So
I would totally take an FTW drying towel.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good
Big
idea.
30 by 60 swamp size.
That's right.
Well, the twist and shout did kind of exist, but it wasn't the same thing, so I get it. It's a different animal. But
Yeah, it
Shout
wasn't
out to the
quite the
twist
same.
and shout.
I did like twist and shout. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that was a good
underrated,
towel.
OG
R.I.P.
towel. Yeah,
But I will say,
Yep.
as far as the FTW is concerned, people, I mentioned this to people when they asked, they're like, well, if you were to pick one towel to do everything, the answer that Levi or Anthony or myself would usually give is like, well, if you have to just choose one and you can't choose anything else, an edgeless 365 can do so much. I mean, it's not a very like inspired choice. It's a very like basic, does it all kind of towel, but it's really good at doing all those things. Unlike a lot of towels that you kind of forced to do other stuff and they're just okay at it. 365s are super solid in pretty much every environment. Although I feel like glass still deserves its own attention. And I'm partial to like those herringbone weave or diamond glass towels, and they're not for everybody.
Yep.
I realize they take a lot more elbow grease and more work to get that finish, but I feel like it can be worth it sometimes on the stuff that's just a little bit tougher, right? I feel like that's where you could do it. But FTWs, otherwise, you could rock it. But the FTWs are what I was originally getting at with this point was they're more expensive to produce than a lot of the other towels we do. They're actually,
For sure.
Per unit for what they are, just in terms of like the materials that go into them and everything, it's more expensive to process to create those than virtually any other towel we make, just because of the very delicate nature in which they're woven, all that, and they come out so good every time. They're gonna cost a little bit more than some other comparable towels, but if you got those to do everything, I couldn't fault you. It's gonna cost a little more, but it's worth
they're a
it
bit
to
of an
not
investment.
have to worry about all those other things. You could just knock it all out. Anyway,
and they
it's
last
great.
forever.
I think if you can be good at glass cleaning, you're gonna go places in life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just ask Sydney. Like that is her pet peeve. So
Yeah, I had the Tahoe that came in this week for coating just came from the tint shop, and the windows were terrible.
Ooh.
Like the tint shop don't even know how to clean glass. I'm like, oh my goodness.
let's see.
Yeah, Lord.
Okay. Eddie popping in, also saying, "You shake Absolute, she's like a woman scorned. She stopped smelling
stopped
good.
smelling
She don't come in
good.
the house. She gone. Oh no.
Oh, dang.
She's out of here.
That's why you got to rock
Yep.
it. You got to rock it. Just a
That's
gentle
right.
rock.
Yep.
Yeah. Joey here saying, Demo, JB has retired from most giveaways. My shelf can't take anymore. You guys
That
always
shelf
talk
is
about
on the
this like
brink.
flimsy shelf. I'm not familiar with this shelf. Could you clue me in?
Yeah, JB
Well-
has a plastic shelving, I think it is.
He bought a $30
closet.
shelf. That's
Yep.
Meant for like towels and light goods. But
Okay.
He's got gallons of product
and
on it.
32-ounce bottles.
Okay.
And like
so
this thing, it just has like a bow.
It's bowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh,
the
yeah.
kind
You know
of
what
shelf-
happens with
Does it
Yeah.
have like arms that hold it up underneath, or like how is it mounted to the
Yep.
wall?
the basic plastic shelving. Yeah. Pretty
Yeah, it's just a freestanding
Okay.
shelf,
Yeah.
like kind of that
Oh,
rectangular
okay.
plastic open, right? That you
Gotcha.
put in a small shed.
Yeah. And you know what happens with
again,
most
light
$30
goods.
products on Doer? They fail.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a tube
They
frame
fail.
shelving that you can find at most
They fail.
container stores and stuff. Yeah. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I was curious, but that answers it. Yeah, those things.
Oh,
French toast
waffles. Oh my.
Underrated.
Joey
Yep.
just going straight for the kill with that one. Doer, I need the recipe.
Yep. I will send it to you. I won't have some BS story before it either. So you're just gonna straight to the point.
Heck yeah. And then Joe just saying he'll try it in the morning. I'm trying to remember what that was in
Awesome.
reference to.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, good luck, Joe.
It could be waffles. It could be French toast. Oh no, In Focus Photography hates waffles. Who hates waffles? He's putting a barfing face. I don't get that at all. I
No.
mean, you can be indifferent to waffles. You could consider
Yeah.
waffles not as good as some other breakfast food. But
Look,
who looks
he
at
needs to come
waffles and
try.
goes, bleh? Like, really?
You got to make a trip to Boise, Idaho, stay at the fabulous Home to Sweets, and get you a good waffle that next morning, and it will
Yep.
change your mind, sir.
If you want to make friends, just stand by the waffle maker. But
Yep.
you have to time it right. Don't go and there's a bunch of kids around because every kid
no.
goes ham.
No, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you can,
it's gonna
skip
get
ugly.
yeah, definitely.
They're like taking,
Oh, yeah, me-
some M&Ms they found in a bag in one of their travel items, and they start
Just putting
pouring
it
it in the
in there.
machine. Just starts kind of melting
Yep.
into the waffle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
me
it.
and
Trust
Drew
me,
throw
I've
some
seen it.
Elbows over that waffle machine.
It gets ugly.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Superado saying, "Ever
Yeah, the
seen the
giant
French
French
toast?
toast.
Rock makes? What, is it just
Yeah.
huge? Is that
I haven't.
Yeah,
I'm
it's just
assuming
huge.
Stack.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's Can't
Knowing
quite
him,
remember,
it's
but I remember
probably
it's
like
huge.
made with protein powder or something.
I was gonna say.
Some kind of Kodiak cake mix kind of thing or something.
Yep.
Let's see. We got EC details.
pretty good
nothing,
mix.
Nothing beats a pancake with the crunchy edges.
That's
crunchy
true.
edge
Yeah,
pancakes
get you
are
a little-
legit.
Mm.
I
Get you
give
the
those
oil in
ones
that pan.
a strong
Oh
look.
yeah.
I think Jamie needs to do a live stream of some pancakes on the Blackstone.
Oh, Blackstone.
Like, that's-
Oh snap!
that's
That
where
sounds
it's
like
at.
a good
Oh,
time.
In Focus Photography.
Crepes.
Oh,
Get out of
He
here!
pulls a Talladega Nights on you is what he's doing.
Nobody wants thin pancakes.
It's just a tiny pan. It's just a thin pancake.
just a
It's okay. It's just a
tiny
thin pancake. Tiny
I mean,
pancake.
crepes are in crepes' defense are a good foundation to wrap literally anything else in them. If you're just doing
yeah.
it by yourself with
True,
the
it's true.
Canadian holiness, maybe, but other than that, absolutely not.
I mean, with the right, crepe, you could make a sweeto taquito out of anything, right?
Yeah.
You just wrap it
Yeah.
around
Put
whatever
some fruit
sweet
in
treat
there.
you like. Yeah.
Some
So like put like a
Nutella.
compote in there or whatever. Yeah. Good.
Just freeze them, make
sounding
your own
better.
Choco Taco.
Yeah,
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that. Boy, I thought this was a detailing podcast, but we've strayed into darker waters here in the second half.
We're
It
detailing our
always
bodies
happens.
with
There you go.
food.
Right.
Adding curves to the sheet metal. We got Stilly's Mobile Detailing say Eggo waffles if I'm in a hurry, but French toast if not. Buddy, that's
Yep.
that's a
I love a good
perfectly
Eggo,
fine
too.
move. Yep, just the old freezer
Pancakes with
Eggos.
corn in it.
Michael Kaufman, I enjoy pancakes with corn in it. Wait, just like
Corn in it.
kernels?
Never tried
Like,
that.
there's corn. If you're making, if it's corn like a corn tortilla has corn, then I'm fine with it. But if it's like actual just
Yeah.
chunks of corn in your pancakes, that sounds.
I'm not
gross.
fine with either, Michael. I'm not fine
sounds
with this.
I was
gonna
This
say
is
that-
disturbing.
That sounds like some deep South State Fair,
I ain't
comfort
never
food,
heard of
if
no
you will.
corn in the pancakes.
No.
I don't know what area.
Now I
this
am
is from.
familiar with potato pancakes; those are a thing. That's usually more of a
I've heard
general
that.
thing, but yeah, totally a thing you can get.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike, I'm
Definitely.
not sure about that. Simon saying
Birchy
easy
birch.
details. Eagle Edgeless 350 for polishing / compound.
There we
They
go.
have 2 color options. Drying towel, I'd say Gauntlet. I'm a sucker for that one. Both in the small and big one. And for wheels, I'd say Liquidator. Wow, he's going Liquidator on that. Okay. On the wheel.
nice.
that small
Interesting.
liquidator is pretty fun too.
Yeah, the little
I
guy.
will
Yeah,
say.
that's a great one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
good.
Yeah.
But that wheel gauntlet, man. It's
No, the wheel gauntlet. Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Then he adds a bit of drying aid, bee maker action, no doubt FTW.
Yeah.
Then we got Danny saying Jamie the Hitman with a thumbs up.
go.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
if you haven't hit thumbs up on this episode yet, guys, what are you doing? You're right there.
Gotta
Just
do
click it.
We're-
It doesn't
we're
cost you anything.
44 likes.
Yep. You gotta boost those
Like
numbers
it up.
up, son. They're rookie numbers. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
In Focus Photography, I wish more would offer drying aids that don't have protection. More things like paint cloths. There are a lot of products out there that you can use as a drying aid. They're just not advertised as a drying aid. But many rinseless washes don't really have much in the way of protection, but are great drying aids. You could totally do that.
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping you
sure.
from using them that way. It's just kind of off-shelf or off-label use.
Yeah. Absolute 64 to 1. Drying aid is money. Literally money. I mean,
I was going to say, that must be crazy at 64, so, yeah.
oh, yeah. It's slicker than anything in your wildest
Yeah.
dreams. Yep. Take care of you.
So Caleb
So
here...
our
oh, go ahead.
towel
Go ahead.
wrecker. Our towel wrecker. These are from last summer,
Not-
and
not
I've only
kind
been
of
washed
towels.
for rags to riches. No, always thrown into a wash bucket for a second. I'm done drying to prevent sealing them. That's where I'm confused. So,
Dang,
Yeah,
still.
they
I
just,
was about to say, keep them wet, and they shouldn't do that. Dang, even what are
Normally-
you using as a drying aid, sir?
I am beginning to wonder now. It's like, okay, the variable we haven't heard yet is what he's using. That's
It's just
sealing
what
these
the
towels
what
up.
the product is. Yep.
So,
yeah. But I
Fill
mean,
us in,
in
Caleb.
Caleb's defense, you can go to any one of these grand ambassadors and use one of their discount codes and save some money when you're buying the new ones. So, no stopping you there.
Noted. Superauto, thoughts on Jack's statement on his IG post yesterday regarding proper ceramic coating? No chemical in the world will degrade that. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I haven't seen that.
I saw the video, but didn't watch it. I saw it pop up, but
So
Okay,
the question was,
I've not
will
seen it.
forced degrade my ceramic coating? And what Jack was saying is, he's he likes waxes, so forced will degrade a wax, a sealant.
Sure.
But a proper ceramic coating, which means any ceramic coating in the little glass vial, should be able to resist forced. It's a citrus-based degreaser. It should easily be able to take a forced, keep on ticking.
Yeah.
Is what
Well,
that video was about.
I feel like I'm preaching to the choir at this point, but there's a lot of people out there who think their coating's dead when it's not. So
That's
they,
true.
Very much
they
so.
get let's say a false positive, right? So it can happen a lot, but as Levi or Anthony say, like, wash it again. Chances are the first one might have been a fluke. Your coating's hiding under there somewhere. It didn't all just get fried immediately, even if it's
That's right.
somewhat decent coating. He's right, though. He put in proper. You always got to put a little disclaimer on there because some things call themselves coatings. And yes, they coat the car, but they are in no way comparable to the coatings we're talking about or we sell or, the good stuff, right? So, yeah.
Definitely.
It's something to bear in mind.
To the no chemical in the world will degrade that. Yeah, I mean, you throw wheel acid on there, it's going to do some damage.
No,
if you throw
for
straight
sure.
super clean on there, that's some nasty stuff. That's going to do some damage to a coating for sure.
Purple power.
Purple power.
That's right.
As tested recently, and our friend, he was a Grand Ambassador with me back in 2019. Chromatic Auto Detailing just showed like $15
Love that guy.
coating versus $300 coating, and completely destroyed both of them with one round of super clean. So
Yeah, I believe it.
boom.
pretty
I
harsh
believe it.
stuff. Yeah.
Boom.
Yep. So, yeah. So the statement "no chemical degraded coating" is false, but that video was mostly about will force degrade its coating, and that
Right.
shouldn't degrade
That's
a
right.
coating.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
No.
Caleb here saying,
Yeah.
thanks. I was planning on getting new towels. Just wanted to see what you thought before I pulled the trigger. Well, Caleb,
Beautiful.
as much as we love people buying our towels,
probably-
if we can save you some money and you have towels that
Yep.
are already ours and you can save them, we'll let you know. We're not going to lie to you. I mean, it's just straightforward. But if you got to buy new ones, based on what you're telling us, it sounds like it's time for new ones. So,
Yep.
And
And I will say
DRC
kudos to
Mace
Caleb for
coming up.
following the steps.
yes, you
So-
did all the
Yep.
right
Yeah.
things. And when
You
it
did
didn't work
everything.
after
That's
that, you pretty much confirmed what, your worst fear was, which is I got to get a new towel. But hey, at a certain point, you got to do it. So,
Absolutely.
all right.
Yeah, there's some hot
Next.
sales coming up. Be ready for it, and definitely try Absolute 64 to 1. I'm telling you, your towels will never seal, and you'll be good to go. And
Nope.
just
And
give it
it'll
a try.
smell fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Alex, you want to get Alex here?
Oh, you know it. He says, if you ever in Florida, would you sign my Clean Maker bottle? You know it.
Ooh,
Nice.
there we go.
Got to take a trip
Done
to
and
Disney
done.
World sooner or later.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll be there next week, but
Sure.
well,
will.
not Disney
Yep.
World. I'll be in Florida, but
Yeah, we'll be in Florida.
around. I'll be around there.
You'll be
Yeah.
at the dialed-in Disney World.
Yeah. We'll be dialed in, and we'll be hanging out with Freddie doing some stuff
That's
at
right.
his shop. So looking forward
Nice.
to that. That should be fun. I got Sandro
nice.
saying, when is the sale launching on the website? Oh, you're asking a question that is going to be answered by the Rag Company newsletter. You know how you get to the Rag
Yep.
Company
Sign
newsletter?
up.
I'm not sure if Nick could possibly pull up the website, but if he did,
There it is.
one
Look at
thing
that.
you'll notice when you open the page, if you haven't been there before, you'll get a very nice 15% off, which, hey, nobody complains about that.
That's a good deal.
All you got to do is sign up,
Nope.
and we don't
Yep.
spam you. That's the biggest thing. I know everybody's worried.
No
If I
spam.
sign up, you're going to send me a bunch of crap. We don't do that. We're only going to send you
Nope.
stuff that you're excited about.
Not
It's few and
else.
far between, but
That's
when it
right.
shows up, it's the good stuff. So, as you see, you can enter your email
The
right
good
there.
stuff.
That'll give you the heads up. Or if you close that box and you scroll to the very bottom of the page, give Nick a chance to do that here. Let's go
we're
down,
scrolling.
down. And you got having FOMO. That's where you can also enter for the newsletter as well. And what happens
That's
there
about to do
is
it.
you type your email in, you click the little blue arrow, you receive an email when something new comes out through
Bing,
the
bang,
Rag
boom.
Company system. And guess what? We've got a sale just around the corner, and I don't want you to miss
Oh,
it.
snap.
So you really
miss it.
Do
should
not miss
be
it.
on the lookout. That's where you
coming
got to
in
go
hot.
to find out. I know it's coming soon. I can't say for sure exactly when, but I know
Mm-hmm.
it's coming very soon, like mere days away, if not like days. So just be ready.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Sign up and you won't have
I hear
to worry
there's
about
going to be
it.
a special item involved in this next sale as well. I'm pretty pumped
A
about.
very limited edition item. So the
Yep.
people who jump on
Pay
the
off those
thing,
credit cards now, folks.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
getting it.
Yep.
fired up.
Apple Card is ready. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, come prepared. All right, Sandro. I hope
the
that
Apple
helps.
Card.
Next up, I
Definitely.
got Hans closing. Oh my God,
Hans in the
where
house.
have you been, man?
Hans.
Hello, happy Friday Eve, people. Well, we're just glad to have you here. I know it's
He's
late
here for
where
the
you
fun
are.
hour. That's what he's here for.
That's
He is
right.
here for the fun hour. At least he showed up. I appreciate that. And then Yellow Hans, I'm not sure what he's.
Yellow
he's
Hans.
he's doing like a capiche.
Yellow Hans. Yeah.
Yellow.
Some,
and then I
some
got
birchy European stuff.
Buongiorno. Danny Sandoval for the Cleaner Cast. How challenging is it working from different locations?
Ooh, I think we've ironed it out pretty good with
Okay.
all our
Yeah.
latency tests we do. We could call each other and make sure everything's all lined up.
Got him.
And
That's right. That's right.
you had some problems at first with this Canadian Wi-Fi, but it's been pretty straight
Mhm.
ever then. It is better, when we're there at TRCMA. I mean, we had some really good episodes when we're there together, but we get it done.
It's
Works
good
pretty
practice,
huh?
too. I mean, if nothing else, it keeps you on your toes. But yeah, we're
That's
going to
right.
have you guys for the halftime show this year for TRCMA coming up in April. So I'm real excited to have you guys here in person
Very
doing the
excited.
thing. And we'll go get some chip cookie afterwards. How about that?
Oh man, you talking my
we have to
language
make
with
some
chip
phone
cookie.
calls to make sure they're prepared,
Dude.
and we got to not
Yep.
let certain individuals.
Jack
from
won't
certain
buy
parts
them
of
all
the
out.
Universe, yeah. I
Some
wasn't
guy
going to
with
name
a-
drop
Yep.
them, but
With
there,
ready.
there it is.
Some guy with a posh accent walked in here and bought everything.
Granted, Jack's
I've n-
looking so good, he's not going to want
He
cookies.
is. No, he's staying away.
Yeah,
He's staying
yeah.
far away.
Yep.
And now I'm
So
doing
I'm
my
in.
walk and talks too, so I'm working on getting rid of this as well. So the cookie is going to be a very, very limited treat. But for you guys, I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
I'm in chip cookie shape, so I'm gonna buy the
All right.
shelves clean, and that's right. I'm coming in
Nice.
hot
Super Auto
because they live
saying,
up to the hype for sure.
hashtag Road to Clean Buster 2024.
Oh snap!
Ooh.
Let's get
Dang.
it going. That
got
one is
ideas.
a hard one to mix. Yep.
Real
And-
questions here. Real
Oh
questions.
man, he's
Oh,
wanting
that's
to
a
know the
good
Jag
question.
status. So
Yep.
to be
Yeah.
fair, it's still down in Salt Lake City. It was getting a final inspection after they completed the work. I was told they would be sending me pictures of like a four corners analysis sometime in the next day or two, and that was me emailing them for an update 2 days ago. So I should be hearing
Nice.
something very soon. That's all I know. But after that, I'm just hoping to get it back, and then we'll deal with that as we go. But
the Nissan rental can move on.
I find that driving an Altima, it makes a lot more sense why big Altima energy is a thing. Because when you're behind the wheel of one of those, it just seems like it attracts danger. Like, just crazy stuff happens in your periphery, and you're like, why is this happening? And then you look down at your steering wheel and see the Nissan badge, and you go, oh.
There it is.
Ricardo, what's gentlemen, and congrats,
what's up,
Jamie.
Ricardo?
I think he meant to say what's up, but it's more funny. It's like he's asking us, what is gentlemen?
Yep.
Is gentleman.
What is
Jamie winning is gentleman. I feel so old now. Maybe he's talking about the little
microfiche enthusiast. Yeah, I think that's what got him. Microfiche.
It's all right, Ryan.
It's a tiny fish. LHF detailing. Has anyone experienced PNS Express leaving a little white residue once it's dry? Had a client come back this week with residue on the door panels. Huh. I don't recall seeing that in the times I've used it. Did it get mixed with
it's
something?
completely neutral, so I don't understand how it could even possibly leave a white residue unless before it was cleaned with something a little too powerful, the white came out and someone dressed over it, and then you just cleaned off the dressing.
Yeah,
very
exposed it. So
that would actually make
I was going to
sense.
say the only thing I've ever had was, if you forget to wipe a spot and you have streaks, but you hit it again and it's gone. That's all I've ever had, but never a white residue. But I'm thinking more especially if you used it straight, you probably may have removed something that someone else tried to cover something else up with. And
and since you've already cleaned it, come back with a 1-to-1 dilution, give it a good wipe down again, and try dressing it with a good dressing like natural finish or something.
Yeah,
put some good protection on there.
The only other situation I could see that happening is like if somebody tried to dilute Express with some water that was like hard water or something. But that seems like kind of a weird thing to have happen.
Yeah, I think that's
that's
most people use it straight, so I don't see why that
yeah.
would even be a thing. Express should just be used straight. LHF
Yeah.
haven't had an issue like this since years ago when we used actual APC. Okay. Yeah. So
that's
what
when
Jamie
that happens
said,
a lot. Yeah.
It stands to reason he's on to something there.
Yeah,
okay.
but Express is completely neutral. It should not cause any problems.
Super friendly, yeah.
Yeah.
Super auto. Jamie and Alex, Cars with Keith from right here in Georgia would be a great guest for the Cleaner Cast.
Yep.
Well,
it'd be a straight hour of deionized water. Yep.
That's right. What do you want to talk about deionized water the whole hour?
You should get Sid in there. She could talk about Target water with you guys. You can have a whole thing going.
Target water is a hot topic. Now we're real talking some real subjects now. Yeah.
Most of our
guests are going to be. Yeah, he loves the DI water, but most of our guests are going to be from company names. We got Sydney PNS. She's coming back. She's coming back. We'll probably have some Justin Dane from KCX coming on. The Grand Ambassadors are showing up. I think we're gonna, might have a little rage in the cage action. You never know with the halftime show, but it's gonna be
a hot party. Tell you that.
Come to think of it, you actually just reminded me of something that actually for TRCMA this year, we've got a little something special going on, which is we're bringing in the Grand Ambassador Showdown people.
All of them.
Not just our wonderful winner here in the top box, but also many other awesome Grand Ambassador folks. And even the honey guy. Yes.
Even the honey guy. Yeah.
He's going to be there.
Some honey.
Darren will be there, and you'll get to meet him in person. And hopefully, it doesn't turn into James Payne going off on the guy.
You never know. When
I want to keep it cordial. I want to keep it friendly. Just don't hit the face, right? Just anything but the face.
We got pretty hot over the last 4 to 5 months.
Darren's going to have to teach me how to do all those sit-ups after eating like 3 pounds of honey. So.
I mean, I did just see that. I went with Anthony to go see the Beekeeper movie with Jason Statham, and we were just dying laughing through the whole thing. Somebody called it a 5-star, 2-star movie, and I totally get exactly what they're saying about it. It's a bad movie, but it's fun. It's fun.
Right.
And just picture Darren in the role. I mean, he's got the right accent, more or less, so just make it work. Okay. It's bad. Just no, it's not good, but the premise is hilarious. Super Auto here, and he is a clean guy. Okay, well, I got that. people like the clientele. So I won't fault you there. Client Korea, good stuff. And
Eddie's literally said this. He got in the detailing and he just bought the most expensive, whatever was the most expensive. He was like, it's got to be the best, and he bought all that.
Oh boy, that's a hard way to learn though. Just buying the most expensive of everything and assuming it's going to be the best, because there are companies out there who literally just charge more for a product because turns out some people are thinking just like he was. It's the most expensive. It must be the best. When really it's maybe mid-range to good at best. Yeah. In some cases.
That's true.
I'm not saying that's the case with the towels. Those towels are good, but I'm just saying sometimes chemicals and stuff, not always more being better. David Bradshaw. No specific brand
David
loyalty here. I keep 2 of everything, and I will try new things. Okay. If a new product comes along that does a better job than one of my current products, it replaces the weakest one. Oh, so he's got survival of the fittest going on in his garage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. All right.
The process starts over.
Okay. Well, I mean, he understands exactly what he's about, so gotta like that. Joey here saying, I've tried many times to keep my personal lineup of products simple, but I've discovered many amazing products by branching out. I understand the want for simplicity. Joey, you get it. Let's see.
Sometimes I'm like, I'd love to just trim all this down and have all this shelf space and get this cabinet back, and it just not happening.
But then people are going to send you more stuff and be like, please try my product. And you're like, I am obligated at this point, because otherwise the stuff's going to sit and it won't be good after 2 years of waiting on the shelf.
Yeah.
I mean, it might
Most
still
of
be,
it's
depending
going
on the product.
back for sure. Yeah.
Ronnie Yacht, hello.
Hello.
And
Hey. What's up, Ron?
Camera Chase. Me, I use Starnaglass for my car care products and Rag Company towels. Tamara, you know where it's good. Idea. Appreciate that.
Not too shabby.
Very, very good. And Super Auto, JB with that shelf sagging product stash. Oh, boy.
Yep. Definitely.
And then it just turns into Eddie laughing and Ron back here to say, I have to evaluate a friend's brand new Volvo XC60. That's their smaller SUV. Not quite the 40, but it's the mid-range below the 90. Despite having the salesman and the finance manager write, do not wash on all pertinent paperwork, the adults wash in this world. You hear stories like that all the time, man. You can try and make the most obvious things. I think his mistake was trusting that just having it written down somewhere was going to be enough. The people I know who've actually succeeded at that created their own like mirror hanger thing and stuck it there. And so there's like no way to avoid looking at it, because they're going to check the mirror or look out the windshield and they'll see it. Yeah. So, I mean, that like, tends to work.
Yeah, like dealerships and the salesmen just can't wrap their head around you like not wanting it washed. They're like, please let us stretch your car, please. Yeah. They love it.
So they're going, no. And it's just a standoff at that point.
Yeah. They think it's just the cherry on top for them to just swirl that car.
They think they're helping you. Let us help you. And you're like, no. And it's stupid. EC, wish the Pearl Puck was bigger, small for my hands. Oh. The Pearl Puck seems pretty decently sized. I would think like it's right in the good mid-size for most people, but I get it. Maybe your hand's a little bigger. You got to deal with that, Eddie. It's just one of those things. Anthony, opposite problem. He thinks they're too big.
Problem. That's a big old puck. Yep.
He thinks they're too big.
Baby hands.
Baby hands Fisher. Oh no. What a terrible nickname to get. Ron, and of course,
Onyx Black.
It's Onyx Black.
Geez.
Oh boy.
I mean, if it's fairly new, and I don't know Volvo paint, but hopefully a one step can clean it up enough to make it look good.
Yeah, Volvo paint. I think it skews more towards the harder clears, generally speaking. But then again, it can differ model to model depending on where it's manufactured. Because Volvo did get taken over by Chinese ownership in the last, I want to say like the last 10 years or so. It's changed over. So they may be producing some in China while others are made in Sweden. And, it can differ a little bit, just the environment in each shop.
Hopefully a quick enhancement cleans it right back up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you can always go in and fix it. It's just a matter of how much paint you'll have left after you do it, right? Super Auto, Eddie, how about the new round detailing applicators with a pocket for the hand? Dude, round detailing applicators with a pocket have been around, unless I'm mistaken. Like, we used to carry wax applicators that did that for a long time. Like that's not new to me, but is there a certain new one that people are referring to here? Like, are you guys familiar with a particular new one that maybe I'm not aware of?
Yours?
I was going to say, because in our case, I know ours,
I think just
and ours is just an
new round
update.
one.
Yeah, ours is an update of an older model that we used to have for many, many years. I mean, what I'm saying is back when I started off in the garage, we had round wax applicators, that kind of stuff to begin with. And they were really nice then, but this is an evolution.
I don't think anyone has innovated the round applicators.
It's a matter of just improving like the quality, the edges, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Some people just, they can look a little ratty after a while. Trying to improve that.
The new ones look great.
Good. We've got Rocky Lives On, or Rocky Iverson.
What's up, Rocky?
Rocky Iverson.
Anthony always loved to call him. Aloha, guys. Been a minute. Miss you guys. Keep up all the great stuff. Thank you, Rocky. Appreciate it. And we're happy to have you here, so thank you for dropping by. David Bradshaw, Doer will be the one to find the baby in the king cake. Do you just have
Most of the
baby
days,
finding skills? Is that it, Alex? Or what's the deal?
Find it for sure.
I don't know.
He's like, I'm not going to answer that.
It's
David
very rare
Boyce.
the baby's actually in the king cake these days.
Oh,
you know,
really?
Someone choked on it.
I was going to say, I was
back,
always
and they stopped
impressed that
doing
that
it.
was a thing because it just feels like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah, it definitely happened. Yeah, for sure.
But some traditions, they fly in the face of that, and they're like, we're going to keep getting away with this as long as we can.
Yeah, but it's usually in the middle of the box, very clear. You can see it. You take it out. You can put it in yourself, but it's usually not baked into the cake no more.
Well, here's what I don't understand. Considering how many of those crazy shows where it's like, is it cake? And they're like those crazy realistic cakes and stuff.
Yep.
Why could you not? And most of the time they're using just that nothing flavored stuff, the fondant, whatever that could be done.
The worst.
Yeah.
Crap.
Just terrible.
Yeah.
It's awful, but it can make that super realistic, waxy looking kind of stuff. Why not just make the baby out of that? So if you did bite into it, it's still harmless.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
Why
idea.
not just make the baby edible? Which I realize this is going to be taken out of context, and somebody's going to clip this and turn it into something.
Why,
awful.
Doer? We need edible babies.
Right there.
We need edible babies. Okay.
No more issue.
And we go back. Wow.
Rails, didn't it?
Any
Back to
literature
David
nerds
Boyes.
here are going to be like, oh, yes, a modest proposal. Anyway, David Boyes. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Okay, so he says, yep, I've used their APC. It's a German company. I could tell from the name. Nexet, very
company.
German sounding. It's a badass Swiss Army knife. It's called Blitz, all-purpose cleaner.
Nice.
I mean,
All right.
yeah, a German company calling something Blitz, they're off to a strong start.
Very much
We've
so.
got
On brand.
on brand. Eddie saying he ain't lying.
Line.
And
that was
David,
my kid's comment.
I think they're similarly named companies, but not the same. Oh, okay. So there
Very
may be
much.
some crossover. Because I've seen NXT as a brand, and I've seen Nexet, but to my knowledge, they're not the same brand. Those are different brands.
I'm not sure at all.
So
I've
I
never
was just
heard
making
either, so-
sure. I've not used either one, so I can't speak to either one. But I have seen.
Yeah.
those
I
brands
pulled up their website, and
individually.
it's showing San Antonio, Texas for Nexen. So,
Okay.
My goodness.
Well, sounds like something new to try out. Eddie, why is Doer talking? He doesn't detail. Eddie, man,
Rude.
you know what?
Oh.
I'm sitting here over here like I do less detailing than Alex does, but I spend so
Right.
much time in the world of detailing. I mean, you pick it up through osmosis, right, Alex? You detail more than me as far as the hands-on goes, so we're on equal footing here. Jamie, he's the Grand Ambassador of the Year. He earned his keep. He knows what he's doing. But for the rest of us, we got our place here.
Keep too.
And I
just trying to make a car shiny. That's all I'm doing.
I will not stand
all
for
he's
this
doing.
doer slander. Okay, we've got Super Auto
Spot
here
repeat.
at TRC. How about a Pearl version of the new round detailing applicator and the no-soak feature between the application side and the finger
Now
pocket?
we might own the something. I
All
like
right.
the way
That's the
Silverado's thinking.
that's the Cadillac applicator right there. I think.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Combined the two.
Adplicator. I always try and mix
The
the
full
words
meal
up.
deal. Yep.
Noted.
Send it to creative. Send it
Eddie.
to Jen.
Spectacular.
OG
I like
Spec
nice things.
Kit.
What can
Yeah.
I say?
Nothing wrong with that. If you like them, you'll like them.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to order it. Thanks, fellas. And Doer, you know I love you. Eddie, showing the love there to make up. we know what it is. He's gonna dagger you, but then he's gonna be like, "All right, here's your little."
Yeah, it's a roast and toast all in one.
Yeah, a little roasty toasty.
Yeah. And then Joey popping in saying, "Am I the only Spectrum 420 kind of guy?" No, you're absolutely not. Spectrum 420, fantastic towel, creature edgeless, same towel, just not with a border, but it is a great towel. And actually, I found that they work really well for certain environments where, like, polish removal, stuff like that. I found there's a sweet spot for that for sure. But, I mean, if you had to kind of do the one towel to do it all, and Edgeless 365 looks a little too, say, thin to you for some reason, the 420s are really solid for that, because you actually have a longer pile on one side. You can do rinseless washes. You can do stuff where that pile really plays a role getting into nooks and crannies. So there's definitely a place for those. Simon here. Simon says, "You won't be disappointed, Eddie. I have a hoard of TRC towels and I'm in love." Oh, thanks, buddy.
And he has some too. He just
I know. Eddie's making sure.
He goes all in. Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's literally been here to TRC. I know he's got some.
Yeah.
I would do it just for YouTube, man. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. For 5 months and see how it stacks up to my normal. All right, there we go. Done and done.
There we go.
He's going to put them to the test. Tune in.
Yep. And Tamra Chase here saying wolf towels are my favorite. Oh,
wolf towels.
The woofs.
Not a bad favorite at all.
Nice plushy boys. I like them as well.
Super nice. And David Cervantes saying sitting in the shadows in this one. But as always, there you go. You got to love.
That's right.
Jamie the Cleaner and Joey Belinsky.
It's coming in hot.
It's Alex. Chop livery is right here. It's the CleanerCast, man. Come on.
That's all right. That's okay.
I'm standing up for Alex. I believe in you, Alex.
News.
Old news. Yeah. Ambassador 2021.
2021 news. That's what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He earned his keep as Grand Ambassador of the Year, too. Just remember. And he was there first. Right. So,
he was.
Not saying, just saying. Simon. So, I mean, it's a power hour there with you guys. Joey, I feel like Creature Edgeless is just more liked, as they're cheaper and no edges, at least here in Europe. Okay, that's interesting that there's much of a difference there. Functionally, you're looking at more or less the same towel. The process could differ because of the borders and the process to add borders versus do the cut or the edges, but outside of that, the prices shouldn't be too different. Simon, follow up. I can clearly see that pattern on who buys my TRC towels. And Jeff C. Jamie, what has been your experience with CCI coatings? Have any come back for maintenance? All right, tell us about it, Jamie. What's going on?
Yeah, so these coatings are pretty awesome. Yeah, I haven't had too many come back for maintenance. Been pretty slow all winter. And I put one of the main coating advanced on a, what was that called? The Challenger Ghost, I think it was called. So that one's probably like never coming back. I don't think they're even going to drive that thing. But the glass coating is phenomenal. This is some really good stuff. We'll keep testing them, and you'll definitely see them come back for maintenance as time goes on.
Okay.
Tune in, Jeff C.
Beautiful.
And I just realized I have like 3 minutes to go through 2 pages of comments. We're going to cruise. I got way too comfortable just chatting. And so it's going to get crazy. Superado, JB, I recently received a free blue Spectrum 420 as a gift from Detailed Image, and I was not familiar with that towel at all.
Epic.
Great gift.
Jamie the Cleaner taking a crack at $30 products. Oh, look at him go, David Bradshaw.
They seem to always fail, don't they?
Joey Belinsky. Oh, yeah, this shelf isn't meant for holding heavy stuff. It was supposed to be a temporary thing to bring all my chemicals inside during the crazy heat waves. And how's that going, Joey? Lucas Sledge's Band Channel. What is the economically profitable way to utilize a DI filtration system in a detailing business that completes most work in the direct sun? Is using DI water in wash buckets ever overkill?
Definitely overkill.
Okay.
Just rinse, just for the rinse. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. Because I think the pH neutral soap will neutralize anything really.
Most pH neutral soaps do an excellent job of just neutralizing that water. So.
Okay.
Yep.
And Super Auto here, Jamie should do some Justin Wilson tribute vids, Louisiana cooking.
Interesting.
Good stuff. I can make a mean pot of red beans and rice.
Okay. All right, we got 2 pages to go. I am going to finish these pages, Nick, so don't cut me off. If we hit the time, we're going to go a little bit over if it's all right with you guys.
Overtime.
That's right.
We got overtime.
Overtime. All right, Ron Ayant, a detailer with his mind on his
100%.
stomach, cannot concentrate on finding swirls. That's why you got to build that stomach, and then you can move on to bigger and better things. Joey Belinsky, a corn of my pancakes are going to have a bad time. I agree. I find that I find it off-putting, but that's the thing. So, brother, pancakes with corn sounds like something you find in a pasture. Okay, yeah. Simon, just a suggestion: use pancake to make a taquito. That's what I was saying out there. I was saying those crepes, you could turn them into a sweeto taquito.
Certainly.
Who doesn't love that? Mr. 441. I thought it was Mr. 411, and I was like, that's a cool name. But 441 must mean something else. Just curious, what is the central theme of the Ultra line of products? I've been noticing a theme of external engineering collaboration in all the products. Am I reading into it too deep? Mister, what you need to understand about the Ultra line is that we are creating a line of products that are designed to kind of be the pinnacle of their given type of product at a not only a value point, but a quality point. So finding that perfect, crossing point where it's not expensive, but it is the absolute best quality it can be at a price that's still reasonable for regular people to be able to get. Yeah. We don't want to just make the most expensive thing, because there's lots of companies that go out and make the most expensive thing, just like there's lots of companies that go out and make the cheapest thing. But with Ultra, what you want to think when you think Ultra is, I'm getting a really good deal on something that's going to have my back when I use it. That's the goal. So super good value, but not value in a cheap way, value in a quality way.
Exactly.
Great explanation.
That's the goal.
Sure. I like that.
I've heard it enough from my dad enough times. I totally understand how it is, and that's how he thinks of it. Yep. So
right.
Nice.
Alex here, is there a recycle program for old towels? Ooh, that's a good question. I think as far as the plastics that go into that stuff with microfiber products, you can find if there's recycling in your area that'll accept microfiber items, because there's a lot of microfiber beyond just cleaning towels and stuff. So look locally. I would say that's something you're going to have to find in your area, because it really differs from town to town.
Yeah.
Joey, I can vouch for 64-1 as a drying aid. Super slick.
100%.
Right out.
100%.
And then we got Stillies. Miners, for me, I use a similar yellow and blue too. Yellow Clean Maker, etc. Blue for Uno Advanced Removal, and the Liquidator, the large one. Pucks for coating, purple pearls for leveling. Excellent. And to be fair, the Miners, same towel, same construction as the Edgeless 365. Hence why I mentioned yellow and blue. The Miners are the same, but they got their own name because they were for metal polishing originally, and SEO liked that better than just calling it gray. So that's where you get that.
That's right.
Joey, I wish I could wake up to a TRC email every morning, but they unfortunately don't spam you. I'm sorry we don't spam you, but that's not
when that email comes through,
change.
It's something to get excited about.
That's right. If you receive an email, it's because something really, really fun has happened.
That's right.
Lucas Sledge's band channel. I would personally like my newsletter in a text. Not sure that would be popular or not. Some people like newsletter style text.
Interesting.
Other people find it kind of annoying, but it depends. Everybody's different. If we added a feature like that, I would be curious to see what the take rate on something like that would be. Maybe younger audiences would prefer that.
Humberto.
Yeah, Humberto. Hello, TRC team. Getting in here late. He's busy over at MTE. Yeah, I know. I hear everybody's been running into him down there.
Yep. Everybody sending me pictures with Humberto. I found Humberto. He's the hotness over there.
I hope
he's
brought some Sharpies. He's going to be
Humberto's just Waldo. I would personally like my newsletter. Okay, we already saw that one. Thank you, Lucas. Yep. Okay, we got a lot of back and forth. Demo saying squirrel in the house because Franco. What's up, you beautiful people? Just dropping by to say hi.
What's happening?
I'm doing my best to get to these. Congrats, Jamie, says Tamara. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Umberto listing off all the people he met, so if you want to screenshot that, you can check it later.
I'm cruising through these. That's a cavalcade of stars, Dane, of
that's right.
MTE. Wow.
That's a good list. Swamp Creature may rise from the swamp
may
again.
rise again. TRCMA 2024 halftime show. Tune in. We're coming in hot.
Yes, sir. And then
right.
I've got Keith Firebird here. Great last name. Hi, everyone.
That's right.
Superado here. Eddie should have just gone on a shopping spree at OG when he got started. I mean, OG sells our towels, so you can do that for sure. Joey, if he's okay, he's doing that now. All right. There's a bunch of back and
all
forth.
dialed in over there.
Skull and crossbones. Interior, express, if not diluted properly, it will leave a residue.
Right.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I've not seen that. I've not experienced it.
I think more the streaking than anything. If you're confusing streaking for residue, that's all I've ever seen. But
Yeah,
There's no way a pH neutral
unless it's a
product
hot
should
panel
leave
and
any
you're
kind of
letting it
residue.
bake in the sun, that's really the only way I could ever see.
Yeah, there's
doing
something going on there if that's happening.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Shouldn't
about
be
that.
express.
Ragnar Rules, haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back to the show. Hi, TRC and crew. Zin dropping in. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're Zin. Of course. Happy to see you there. Sometimes you go by Zin on other platforms, so I caught you there. But yeah, good to see you. Then I've got Superado, the TRC ones.
Nice.
Joey, make the baby edible. Dane 2024.
Dane 2024, yeah.
This is what happens when I rush through these, because it's the last minute. I am on the last page, so we're
happens.
making progress.
There we
nice.
go.
Very
Coming in
nice.
hot.
I 3D printed my own mirror hanger that says "Do not wash." That is the move. You
good
3D
idea.
printed it,
Good
though. That's
idea.
kind of wild. That
that's
must be
crazy.
a heavy duty.
That's hefty.
Get in my belly.
That's
Let's see. We got Franco, California cheeseburger.
California cheeseburger.
Jamie knows about
cheeseburger.
NXT, says Joey.
Yep.
Okay, going up the line, making sure I'm not missing anything. I was thinking the same thing. Ragnar rules. What do we got from Ragnar? Cotton towels are a lot more accessible around my area. Are they of any use to detailers? Historically, they were used, but if you're trying to get like a finish, if you're trying to do like actual finish work on paint, it's not going to give you what you're looking for. That's where you're really going to run into problems. People oftentimes use like baby diapers in lieu of like towels and stuff when it came down to that before microfiber really caught on. So yeah, just
Cotton terry towel still good for dry extracting.
The more
put
you
it
know.
on the steamer. Still a great job in interiors.
Yeah. But you can use cotton on like door jams and stuff. I mean, the dirty jobs, things like that, certainly can use that. I mean, even as a microfiber guy, I'm just giving you the real here. So, G. Davis, Joey
Davis
also
in the
endorses
house.
Love on the 420 Spectrum.
Oh,
my
Lord.
goodness.
Wrap it up.
The Q&A?
That is one
Wrap
heck of an
G.
inside
Davis.
joke, and it's
Wrap
more
it
than
up.
what they
Wrap
think.
it up.
Okay,
Wrap
now
it
we're
up.
talking. And nothing wrong. Okay, now it's just a bunch of people talking 420. Here we
boy.
go.
Boy.
Oh, boy. Funny thing about my back. Yeah. Okay. And we are almost to the end.
Yep,
Whoa, it's
gone
already
off the
February.
rails.
January flew by for me.
Already
How about
February.
y'all? Same. Yeah, no, January
We
really
are
moved.
8 short weeks away, Dane.
Whew.
From the biggest
Yep,
rag
8
company
short weeks.
event of the year.
It's true.
That's
We're
right. It's
very
gonna be
close.
Nope.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. Stilly's very last here. Congrats to
Oh,
Jamie
man.
on the recent
Fun.
blow up. Truth be told, I'm just too old and ugly to be on video. Stilly,
Oh,
that's the
man.
beauty. That's the beauty of shooting videos the way that Anthony shoots videos. Nobody has to look at him.
First person.
There's
That's right.
options out there.
Yep.
POV
Most
style
of my
videos for
videos.
detailing. You can totally do it. And Jamie, of course, does
sure.
it as well. He does more of his face recently, though. I've seen. I will
Recently,
say,
yes.
you appear in your videos
when
more
I
than
was-
you used to.
This
What
stems
led
from
to
being
that
back
decision?
in Chicago. I'm telling you, this stems from back in Chicago when I was standing there at the P&S booth and people kept coming up and telling Sydney, man, I love all the videos y'all are pumping out. You know, you got that one guy doing all these reviews. And I'm like, she's like, oh, it's this guy. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's me. And he's like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start getting in front of the camera and then people might recognize me.
There you
So
go.
that's where
Yeah,
that
no,
stems
that's
from.
good. And Carson Black
Yeah.
with a great way to end the comments today. Just saying, have a great weekend, guys. You too,
Thanks,
Carson.
Carson.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it,
and,
Carson.
that rounds out our
There we
Q&A
go.
Thursday comments, guys.
Heck of
We
a
did it.
Q&A.
We had to go overtime.
You really made it work. And you
Had a
know what?
super
It
chat.
breezed
Yep.
right by. That extra
Yeah.
6-7 minutes, not a thing. Totally great.
Not a
Enjoyed
thing.
it.
Yeah.
So
Just fine. Just fine.
anything to have you guys round us out. I just want to say thank you so much for dropping on here. Check out the Cleaner Cast airing tomorrow. These
it
guys
out.
are on it, and you can just find it over at Jamie
Live
the
with
Cleaner's
Carlos.
YouTube channel. And they got Carlos Serranos on, so it should be a great show. Anyway, you guys, click like on your way out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the Right Company podcast
right.
and main channels, and we'll see you next week. Or actually, I won't because I'll be out of town. Anyway, you have a great weekend. We'll catch up when we catch up.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yep.